it's very. It's also a perfume bomb.
But like a tween perfume, so it's like that's cotton candy.
Tito makes his own deodorant.
Smells like Hollister in here.
And so Lucia Paratos is on her way, and in addition to that, you're looking up your cousin, Garrett, had come to you, and it is like late at night, and he's like, Oliver, I have something to tell you. There's something not right.
What is it?
Something not right about the Church of the what did I call it? Oh no.
The Great Mother?
The all-knowing mother, the Great Mother, the all-knowing mother. There's something wrong about the all-knowing mother. I'm looking into some stuff. I can't tell you here. I have to do a little bit more digging. I'll get back to you. And then off he goes. And so tonight is the night you're supposed to meet him. And so you tell Aspen that you're gonna go and do a ritual down in a ceremony, not a ritual, because you're not a part of a cult.
I didn't think I was.
You're not.
But,
You're not part of a cult. I'm telling you, you're not. They
have rituals.
Everyone else thinks you're part of a cult. You're not. You're not part of a cult. Don't worry. You're fine.
It's the dividing line.
Tito believes you.
Thank you, Tito. So it's one of those nights. Oh no. So you set up with yourself, Thomas, the local farmer. Hi. Your other friend, I want to say Finn, and did I ever say who the last person was there?
Herb.
I don't
think I did.
So.
And then Garrett was the fourth. And you set up a meeting, like a ritual, under the guise of a poker game to keep it on the down low. And then you and Garrett were gonna sneak off, and then he was gonna tell you what you need to know there. So that night, Garrett doesn't show up, and so you're there waiting, a little bit nervous. But Thomas, you and Finn are all, playing cards, and Thomas hears a knock at the door, goes up, you keep playing, and then essentially he gets you because he hears someone, there's a fire in the vineyard. You rush up, and there you see Lucy, you see an elf, a very pale-skinned elf, a dwarf, and Tito. And they explain to you that there's been a murder. You go investigate the body, and they're like, "Oh no, that's a dead person! Oh no!" And then there you find a seed, a red crime. Yeah, the crime scene's completely borked. There's footprints everywhere. If this were there's no shot you catch who did it if this were like modern crime scene, because all of the evidence has been spoiled. And you find a red crimson seed, and I think you shared with everyone that it is made for a sleeping potion. And the other thing that you guys learned was what? I don't remember.
So we knew that there were the red seeds, the sleeping potion, and I have listed here that
it was a stab
Garrett,
wound.
Yeah, stab wound, yes. And it seemed like it could be a dagger, but couldn't be sure exactly in which trajectory, like if the person was from the front or behind. And there were drag marks that we think they were drag marks that looked like it was taken from the center of the walk path off to the side of the vineyard.
And Alara and Garrett had a fight the night before.
Yes, Alara and Garrett had been having a fight. Yes.
Alara, your cousin,
yes.
Oliver.
Your cousin Alara, who is
herbalist.
sibling.
I don't know that other one.
To Garrett.
And I have listed that the church is the mother of all.
The mother of all. That's what it is. I was close. We were all close.
And that's my
deity? that's your deity that you follow. Which you've met with some very nice benefactors who are spreading the mother of all. They came to them and they recruited you, and you now have they basically now you have powers, right? So it's definitely
that was the reason I was in Arkwich before.
Right. And so obviously they're real and not a cult, because you are not part of a cult, nor are you gullible enough to be part of a cult. But
Never.
they accuse you of being in a cult, and you vehemently refuse. I'm not in a cult. I'm not in a cult. No way am I in a cult. And then Lucy told Aspen that you were not at a ceremony, but you were in fact at a poker game. And so then you had to go give Aspen a midnight banana.
Okay.
So when there's arguments, you feed each other?
Yeah.
That's
It helps
not
with cramps.
Yep.
It's a saying in our
The
small,
potassium.
quaint town.
He's cramps just swimming. Make sure ask Oliver for a minute.
So
A conversation and communication is kind of like a banana. You have to peel back the layers gently and carefully to make sure that, you take care of it and you don't bruise it.
You say it to Lucy because she just melted.
Yes.
also it's about sex.
Your ears go back. Cartoon heart.
What?
Aoife's looking between Tito and Oliver, just wondering who's telling about fruit versus the other. Like,
Listen, Tito just wants the banana for a nice snack. In the
Lucy just
evening,
wonders if you want to give her a midnight banana someday.
when he's hungry.
Don't worry.
What?
You'll find someone.
I got one. I got a whole bunch of them.
That's like when you asked Lucy to sleep in a tree with her.
Yep.
That would be where a
In the
midnight banana
future.
would happen.
Oh my goodness. So, morning, the rooster wakes everyone up. And he's like, "Cock-a-doodle-doo." Chickens are obnoxious as heck. Not the point. Rooster crows. You all wake up fairly early. And you,
That's why you should get ducks.
alongside
This
the
is
rooster
already-
crowing, the smell of freshly cooked bacon and bread hits your nose. Oliver, I'm sure that you got up early to do chores around.
Yes, I definitely did.
Yeah, so you and Aspen have been up for a little bit. Anything you want to do?
Yeah, I'd probably get up extra early to try to kiss some ass and get things done.
Perfect.
So
Awesome. So you all wake up and you see Oliver bringing out a tray of delicious looking food for you. It seems like.
is this a long rest
Yeah,
for those in the
yeah.
group that needed it? Okay. I will say, since I didn't need the long rest, I probably would have, at the end of my resting, would have kind of been in the hallway, messing around very quietly with my notebook and my parchment and paper, taking some notes. And I would like to actually do a sketch of Lucy and put a little note that says "Thank you for friendship" and kind of slip it under the door where she was staying.
Oh, Lucy, something wonderful just happened.
So Lucy's probably getting up and like
You've just done to yourself.
her loud stimming and skipping in the room,
Yeah.
and then it just stops. There's some scraping, and a loud, like unaware gasp.
Oh no. If I hear this, I would kind of like gently rap on the door, because I mean, she did just give me a note the evening before I
was a
retired
good
to bed.
guess.
But I, again, not knowing her vocalization, are you okay?
Door?
Is everything okay?
Yes. It's
Okay.
a very nice picture.
Oh, I'm not that great at it, but I try. So I'm gonna go. Do you want to go down and see what the food is? Okay. I'll extend a hand to Lucy to see if she wants to walk down together.
She does.
Okay.
Rookie mistake.
Oh no.
You've also just made the lifelongest friend ever.
Forever blind.
To be fair, I will say that this is coming from Aoife knowing that Tito, who is outside in a tree at this point, sleeping, she assumes still, was the person in which Lucy has been the most candid with. So she wants to make sure she's safe, since that seems to be what everybody else is doing for her. So it's out of friendship and then out of making sure that she's not alone, since she always seems to have somebody.
Now we know who Lucy's healing first in future games.
Yeah, seriously.
Oh no.
Because Lucy can't heal. But future Lucy can.
That's the nicest thing anybody's ever done for Lucy.
That's kind of true.
She's kind of suspicious and confused by it.
At least the nicest thing she can produce any sort of proof for.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it's in her journal now, which has a little key.
Excellent.
So, as you enter the
And the star
downstairs,
came
you
along.
see Boren, your dwarven family are asleep, as they will be asleep for a while. You don't think you've seen them drink that much ever. They downed ale. They drank the tavern dry. By the way, Oliver, you and Aspen just had a really good windfall. You guys are pretty flush. These dwarves came with a bunch of dwarven money, and they spent, and they spent, and then they spent some more.
The town's
take
gonna be able to afford some nice renovations
Yeah.
or additions.
I've already bought my plate armor.
Or it could go straight to you, brother.
The mayor has to be a figure of power and safety.
Well, I mean, it is his
That's
inn
true.
also.
That's true. You should spend all this money on yourself, and that way you're a shining example of what your people are, or what they could be if you had spent more money on them.
Exactly.
Exactly. Tito, you are also waking up in your tree. And you can smell the food from inside. Smells pretty good. And you all hear that from outside as Tito boisterously runs into probably runs into the inn.
Oh yeah, brother.
And now you're all together, and it's a beautiful morning. The sun is out. Nice breeze.
What's up, y'all?
Good morning,
It's a great
everyone.
day. Did you see outside? It's nice.
Oh,
It's no one got murdered.
Oh, yeah.
What?
Well, that
Oh,
was a
yeah.
thing.
Yeah, I said that. Is chaos low for anyone else?
You can turn me up if you need me to
Oh
be
yeah,
turned
just
up.
turn him up.
You right click on my picture and increase my audio.
It's like it just happened. It's like it was sudden.
I mean, maybe I try when I move. So the cool thing is now when I move, I just grab my mic and then I can rock. Anyways, continuing on.
Fall asleep.
Do I notice anything off about Oliver, considering the fact that I watched the entire discussion and also spoke with his wife?
He seems fine.
Oh, good.
He seems pretty hardy. Aspen also is cleaning up and doing stuff around the inn, and she seems fine also.
She's a tough woman. She can take care of herself.
Yeah.
I don't
What's the-
disagree with that at all.
What's the state of the inn?
What's the state of it?
Yeah, like, does it need to be cleaned?
No, just normal chores. So, making breakfast for everybody, cleaning up, making sure everybody has the things they need in their rooms, toilet paper, Playboys, whatever you require, will be provided.
What are those?
This is like an.
Oh, those
I-
are parchments with illicit photos on them. I don't
Yeah.
Those are
suggest
like you
that you be
stole them?
looking into.
You wouldn't steal.
No,
You're-
not no. Well,
you're a
No.
mayor.
I mean, I wouldn't take the mindset forward that everyone in a seat of power is not always the greatest, but no, I
But
meant
you
more
are.
so. I do the best that I can. I try to be a good man, but I meant more so in the illicit fashion of, like, you know, naked pictures of people if you wanted them. You're young, and so
What?
I wouldn't give them to you. Books
When did
about.
we start talking about this?
I don't. You asked what I was doing, and I provided examples of chores, and now we're having a conversation about it. Like I said it out loud, so I'm going with it.
Is that what was in
So
my
there's
room?
books.
I don't.
All illicit
Dear, I don't-
material is in fact provided by your church, the mother of all.
It is a cult. So
No, it's
you're
not!
into-
Business.
It's not it's nothing like a cult. It's just
To be fair, I mean,
Mother of all-
does sound like she'd be really nice.
I hear there's hentais that are named that.
I have really.
I don't know what those are either.
Oh.
Hmm.
Can I check in with Boren and just see how his family's doing?
I look at her and I look at them. They're pretty good.
Everybody's normal for their, you know, how this normally goes. I know that, like I said, I'm very aware the dwarves can drink fairly a lot. Like
Also,
a
do they
lot, a
normally
lot.
sleep on the floor in a common area?
Oh, we did move
So,
them upstairs.
they've
Well, he did.
never, they've never drank this much. Usually they're up by now
You're-
and laughing about last night. But they have a pulse, so
That's what
good.
I was worried about. I was making sure that the seeds weren't part of the. Remember?
the seeds do
very
not appear
suspicious.
to have killed them. Just I don't know, made them relax a little bit. They drank more than they probably meant to, but honestly, we have other things to do in the city, and they're gonna want to just leave the city and move forward. So we'll just leave them asleep for a little bit, and then they can't leave without me. So
I'm glad that they're okay.
I suppose we should
They
get
can't
back on the
leave
trail.
without you.
They could.
Okay, good.
like,
You're also
They'd
pretty
never
sure
do
that one of the reasons why they drank too much is probably has something to do with the stipend that they received on their trip. What? It's a company trip. I got the company credit card.
Nice.
The company's paying for the drink. Excellent. I'd say Aoife wouldn't bother with too many additional pleasantries, but she would probably look straight at Boren since she understood after last night why he's here. I understand that you have things that need to be done, but will you be accompanying us to maybe discuss things with was it Alana? Aliot? What was her name?
Alara?
Laura.
Alara.
Oh, do you think she did it? She's an herbalist, and her seeds are over, and she had an argument.
Lara's your cousin, by the way, Oliver.
I do feel like there is a lot of questionable links there. So, Bourne, I didn't know if you were going to stay to assist. I would
Yes,
like it if you could.
It seems like Lucy is going to be staying here, and with her diplomatic connections, I think it looks better
Yeah,
for
my
me
dad.
to go with her.
I'm not a diplomat.
But you know diplomats. That's
I
what
do.
you
I know a lot of them.
Good.
And you're being sent places
Some
to
of them all
talk
bad.
to folks, right?
Yes, we are
I forgot
here
why I'm here.
because the Underdark are trying to conduct raids repeatedly against my people, and we're just trying to mine and go deeper and deeper and see what we can discover and make money for our people, but we keep being murdered, and We're hopeful that your father might have a diplomatic solution, but based on
Well,
the
wait, like,
current
what's murdering you?
level of, we'll get there.
Aoife starts pulling her cloak closer around her face, just like trying to like look like she's getting comfortable to like maybe take a nap while actively listening.
There could be two sides. I think Father would say there's two sides to everything. He tells me that
Based
a
on
lot.
the current level
True.
of violence, I don't know if there is a peaceful resolution, and they told me to request the army if I must. So we would like to
I'm sure
speak with
there'll
your
be-
father.
I'm sure he'll find peace. He's very good at peaceful solutions where everyone is taken care of and feels good and is safe.
Well,
She's trying very
if
hard to look at
he
Aoife.
If he can send a diplomat back with us, we would
wonders who's killing y'all's
greatly
people.
appreciate it. There are various groups in the Underdark. And just starts listing off everything that could be there. But
Is this where y'all like originated?
When you say you all, do you mean dwarves in general?
I guess so.
there are dwarves who
clan?
came from the Underdark.
A lot of those
kin.
dwarves are part of the Umbral Empire.
Yeah.
When you start digging, were there like no trespassing signs?
Are you like trying to get back to them?
No. They have long since betrayed their folk, and I don't know how many of them would want to come back, and how many we would even be willing to take based on what has happened.
Do y'all have like not enough space where you're at?
You can never go too deep. That's
Oh,
what she
but-
said. Wow.
That's what this
Yeah.
magazine says.
I saw the look on a few people's face, like, I just said that.
Aoife would very quietly chime in. Sometimes evasive measures are taken when other people are in other people's space. But I'm not saying that's what your folks are doing. But just for Tito's reference, sometimes those that are above want to go below. Sometimes that those are below want to go above. And it's sometimes not so nice. So
Are you saying some of those people wish to come above ground?
I'd say some of those people could be just as uncomfortable being where they're at as you are being uncomfortable at fighting them.
I've never
That
met one who wants
sounds-
to come above ground. That's interesting.
That sounds possible.
I prefer it up here.
Up where they walk. No.
Especially today. Oh my gosh. The sun.
It is a gorgeous day. I've never actually been to the Undermark. I think you called it. Sounds like a pretty hard to live place.
We don't
I'm sure the
recommend
people are
living
wonderful.
there. You just kind of find a nice home and then go back above ground after you take everything that's down there and sell it above ground. Lots
Oh.
of really good resources, and no one
Hiding
down there
farther
seems to
into
be
the cloak.
making a good use of it.
She's being radicalized by this conversation. She's now.
If it is an unsafe
Listen,
place to live,
liberationist.
that would be ideal.
Listen, Borin, Tito really likes you and all, but he doesn't really kind of understand the desire necessarily to go to this area, like
The
where
desire
these
to-
people don't seem to like you that much, and
So
you're planning to
Oh,
like,
at this
take their
point,
stuff.
Aspen comes. All right then. Well, I think perhaps you should all be, I don't know, moving along, moving out of here. I'm not one for political talk, so please just stop.
What?
We should probably go. We should go. We should go.
Aspen
That's the
is
plan.
Absolutely.
Aspen's
Lucy
literally
wants to run
me.
over to her and whisper in her ear.
Who's here?
does Aspen
To
realize her husband
Aspen,
at the
yeah.
center of this political discussion?
He's not at the. I don't even know what
just playing that.
Undermark.
Never heard of it, never been there.
So who, are you whispering to Aspen?
Pull, like on Aspen's
Oh,
hand.
yeah, she
She bends over. Do you know there are magazines in the washroom?
Yes, I mean, if in case if anyone wants to have a little bit of light reading, I don't see why not.
It looked more like pictures.
It's real light reading.
I'll go look. I don't remember getting. I don't remember getting any magazines like that. Usually they're like,
think it's Oliver. I think someone else.
Some short stories, and I'll go take a look.
Upon hearing the conversation, I'll head over to Lucy and just pick up a conversation because of her attire. I'm assuming you're in a similar dress that you were in, or the same dress, and just ask her about her fashion and where she purchases her clothing.
So we had they were different silks that came shipped in, and then I saved a lot of allowance to get this feather, and it's legal.
And
it's
as,
legal. It's
as
okay.
she's talking, I'm walking with the group out the door, so that way we're leaving the establishment.
She skips along.
Holy I really hate that I set that up. I
love that we had a super long discussion too in Discord about it, back and forth, and you still did it. You shot yourself in the foot real hard.
You know what? It just goes to show that sometimes the world is a place that's full of people that don't agree, but we can all agree that we can, in fact, disagree and not kill each other. So the date is, in fact,
Roll
beautiful.
Oh no! You're level 8. I'm level 3. All the rules.
I mean, I'm a level 3 paladin level. Never mind.
Never mind.
I'm Warlock Lucy. I'm gonna be level 8 Warlock Lucy.
If we got to, I can go back to level 3.
No, it's fine. I'm sure it'll be fine. So once again, beautiful day, nice breeze, nice spring breeze. It's spring. It's always spring. Some people
nice.
moving around,
place.
starting their day. Everyone, hey, morning, Oliver.
Good morning. Nice to see you.
Miss, sir. And he keeps on going. Looks like the guy that you saw gambling, Finn. Oh, he would have known who you are then. You never introduced yourself. I never caught your name. You are.
I introduce everyone in the group.
And he shakes hands. Oh well, hopefully I'll be seeing more around of all of you. We love visitors. We love folk like you. Just a quaint little
Pretty
town.
nice here.
Well, thank you. We strive.
Aoife is
Very nice
clocking the
bananas.
fact that she gave a false name, so now she's going to have to remember said false name.
Yeah.
This poor town folks.
Yeah.
I gave you the shite. My brain just stopped working.
Hi, Jacob.
Oh my gosh. I don't know. I'll get back to you in 5 minutes. Hold on. I gotta pull my notes.
So he goes off and does his thing. I assume that you do in fact want to go see Ilara, Oliver's cousin.
Moonshadow.
Of course.
I haven't told you her
Moonshine?
last. Moonshine. I haven't told you her last name. Also, Tito just said it. How'd you get it wrong?
Quite a name. I've never heard of that person before. Would you like to know Alara's last name?
What is Alara's last name?
Sindel.
Sindel.
Mm-hmm.
Is that also Garrett's last name then?
Yes. Yes, it is.
Or is Alara married?
She is not. She's she's always been a shut-in. She's nice to people who she's close with and have earned her trust, but other than that, she doesn't leave her home too much, and when she does it so people don't know. It's how she's always been.
And it's not a long journey. It's everyone. You're in a village. 2-minute walk and you're there. A small little hut where it smells like herbs. Every herbalist always smells like herbs because herbs always smell really potent. And there's the door. It's
Knock on the door.
yes, come in.
Hello, Alara. It's Oliver.
Hello, Oliver.
I have some guests with me, if you're okay with them coming in as well.
Oh yeah, please come on in.
Yes, come on in, make yourself comfortable. I'll hold the door open for everyone.
Take that literally and try to find a place to sit.
There are seats. There's 4 seats at a table,
Take one
and
of
then
them.
there's a reclining chair by a little
Oh, I take that
little
one.
cauldron. There's a reclining chair. Then there's a stool by a cauldron that she probably stirs stuff, and then that's in this room.
I will try to make my way over to the stool just to have a seat. Is the cauldron lit?
No.
'Kay.
But there's a little fire off in a little fire stove area so she can cook. Just a little thing boiling a pot of tea. Would you like something to drink? I have I'm preparing a fresh pot of tea. What?
Ooh, can I have the? Oh, I would love a cup of it. And can you put that? I can't remember the name of the herb in it. They usually do for me. I'll take my normal.
Okay.
Please.
A little bit of cinnamon, a little bit of sugar, a lot of bit of sugar. Yes.
You know me so well.
You got something that'll really crank Tito's energy up to like 11?
Yeah, I have some morning brew that really gives you a nice kick. I can make some of yeah. So I haven't had guests in a while.
Ooh.
I'm allergic to honey.
Thank you for letting me know. I'll make sure to not give you any honey then. I'm sure you're sweet enough as is.
She is. You nailed her with that one. Right on the button.
Out of character, this is not Alar. We're fine. You're fine, Oliver.
Yeah.
Different character. Completely different person.
I was pretty confident that Kos wasn't doing that to me. But and I would have played it. I would have made it like it wasn't as much as I possibly could have. So because I wasn't here last game, I don't know what questions we're going to ask her. So I'm gonna introduce it and then let you all take over because I don't know what's happening. Well, anyway, I'll introduce everyone. So they've come into town recently, and unfortunately, they were present for, I'm sure you heard what happened.
Yes, Garrett's unfortunate murder.
Was he your brother?
Yes.
Oh, do you need a hug?
Sure. She gives you, and it's like a side. I don't know you hug.
Sleight of hand.
Oh, you spent time with Alara. She cried. She was upset when you talked with her about the death of her brother, Oliver.
I got a 9.
What are you doing? Oh, you're trying. Okay.
Sleight of hand. I got a
Sleight
9.
of hand.
You got a 9. What? What are you? Please don't. What?
I found some candy. I'm sorry. I'm weak.
That's not.
Oh my God.
It's not candy. Those are just some herbs that. Can I thank you?
Lucy, why don't you come sit over here, please?
Okay.
Can I get an insight check on Alara's demeanor toward the discussion of her dead brother?
Sure.
Excellent. I have an insight button. I know I do. There it is. Roll. 17.
Nice. 17's pretty good. She does seem off. I mean, but then maybe that's like she seems off. Period.
Off in a way that's not like sorrowful, like there's just something else maybe there.
It's really hard for you to, well, you know what? Because of where you're from, a lot of people do fake the grief. It seems like genuine, like you're around this. You're used to subterfuge and backstabbing, and then the crocodile tears.
Mm-hmm.
There's definite sorrow, a lot of sorrow about the passing, but then there might be some undertones of something. So
Okay.
there is genuine sorrow there, though.
Since she had offered drink and beverage and I hadn't spoken up yet, I'll give a moment when it seems fit to see if she has any herbal recommendations for sleep.
What do you want? Like, I have a lovely brew that soothes, and it always makes me sleepy. But I mean, if you're talking about like just a nice drink, a glass of warm milk.
I guess I'm looking for something definitely more intense than just a milk. So do you have any recommendations, or even a way for me to purchase like a sachet of the herbs already pre-made, so I could make some on my own this evening that I could pay you for?
I do in fact have some. Yeah, I mean, I could make you a little nighttime cocktail. Nothing crazy, but I could make you like just a weekend sleep potion. I might have some.
I fear that I have a hard time falling to sleep in general, and I wake fairly easily at different sounds. So I'm looking for something that's maybe more than weak.
Well,
Just
I
a
mean,
Tried
tad more.
earplugs?
Tito's got this idea for you. Back home in the summertime, we would chew on these leaves and like right before bed, and they would they'd help you get to sleep, and then you'd get to go travel through space. It was pretty cool.
Oh, I don't want to be awakened mind. I want to be asleep mind. But I will definitely take that into some recommendation, Tito. I'll maybe you could tell me exactly what leaves that you were chewing on for the entertaining of the mind during the sleep. But I'm looking for more like restful mind sleep.
Maybe someone could tell you that, but not Tito.
Thank you,
Perception
Tito.
of Nature. Do I know what kind of psychedelics Tito's into now?
That's the funniest. Yeah, I mean, he chews on something that lets him fly through space. Also, it makes you sleep.
The fungus?
He didn't
fungus
tell
among
you
us.
He said
what it
leaves.
was.
It's not-
He said
it's not.
leaves. You did say leaves. You can roll
Maybe it could be a fungus though.
I've got 17 in nature.
17 in nature. No, I mean, there are a lot of psychedelics out there. A lot of stuff that makes you trip balls. A leaf.
Writes it down in her journal. She's gonna ask her tutor when she gets back and go to the library and try to figure this out.
Okay, perfect. I mean, I could. Well, I
I
don't.
hope you figure this out.
Well, I think if you want like I don't want to like give you anything that could hurt you. I'm not even sure I have the right medicine. I can take a look, but if that's what you're here for.
Oh,
No.
well, that's not the intent, but it was a secondary question since you are an herbalist. Tito, do you still have those seeds?
Yep. You want them?
Oh, I was, yes, if you don't mind.
Yeah. Can I keep one? I was gonna plant it.
I'm going to give it right back to you, darling.
Have it all.
Oh, you have like 2 seeds. Oh, yeah, crimson light, commonly in sleeping potions. This is what I would use to make your a weakened form of that to help you sleep. If I have any, I don't know if I actually do have any though. It's fairly rare, not commonly found
Oh, we just found
in
it.
Markovia. Interesting.
Do you have a supplier that you get yours from, or is this something that, as people come through town, you're able to acquire?
I make trips to Barkovia to get some if I need it. It's a major hub, so I'll head up to Barkovia if I need some, but it's not a lot of need for sleeping potions around here. Typically, my potions are mainly to help soothe wounds, salves, and bombs. I'm more of like a kind of like the village healer, although I hate that, and then don't obviously.
Oh, so you're
Yeah,
like
you
a
always
medicine
told me
woman.
not to call you that. I'm
I know.
surprised you said that
Well,
out loud.
Yeah, I don't look. Also, Celine would obviously throw a hissy fit, but
Well, you know how she is.
Does Celine also use the same type of seeds for any potions that she would use, or is this something that only you use in the village?
No, Celine. Yeah, I'm sure Celine she makes potions. She does a little bit of dabbling as well.
Okay, I'll hand the seeds back to Tito as promised.
Sweet.
So we had
And-
some questions for you about,
Mhm.
the goings on.
Yeah. Garrett's passing.
Yes, as a biased party, I'm going to let my fellow party members ask some of the things that they were wondering about
And
for you.
at this point, she hands
Okay, I have a
everyone
question.
a cup of tea, and she sits down. Ask away.
So, again, I'm so sorry. If you ever need another hug at any time during this conversation, you just let me know.
Okay, thank you.
So, we heard you had an argument with Garrett before. We're just wondering what that was about.
We did have an argument.
That's normal.
Yeah, normal. I'm reading through my notes to figure out what the argument was about. This is just me being being unprepared, or not smart enough to memorize all of the notes that I have written.
Aoife will lean over toward Oliver. If you need to leave, if this is too much since you're so close, I understand if you need to stand outside and wait.
Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Hopefully, me being here can help Alora be more comfortable.
Yes, I would appreciate.
Because I am biased.
Oliver
Or
staying.
uncomfortable, she'll whisper under her breath.
He is my cousin after all. Garrett and I just had it was an argument over just Garrett getting all uppity and huffy with everyone. He was accusing everyone, and I was trying to tell him to knock it off. This is our home. These are our family members, and he just kept. And I, of course, being his sister, with mom and dad are of course long since passed, and so I'm the one that he vents to, and he kept just vicious slander, and I finally had to tell him to knock it off, and it got a little heated, but we have made up. I apologized.
Well, I'm glad with circumstances that have. But what was he accusing people of? Was it slander or detraction?
Well, he just takes a sip of her tea.
Lucy's too terrified to sip any of it.
He was gonna drink it.
It's Tito. It's good. It fills you with vim and vigor. It's a lot of
Tito's
caffeine.
gonna have 2 more of these, please.
And Tito
Lucy
says,
answers.
Well, I'd rather not spread lies and slander, rumors that aren't necessarily true.
Oh, we're outsiders. We won't tell anyone. Do I look like a gossip?
Yes.
I don't think you want the answer to that. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
understand-
you did try to steal from me earlier.
I understand trying to not spread ill will of people. However, if you're sure that it was just spouts of madness in the moment, what exactly was he saying?
Well, once again, I'd rather. He didn't trust the church.
This is where Aoife pointedly looks at Oliver and kind of does the little like, this is what I was talking about, why you should leave.
But the church has done so much for our little village. They provided us with a lovely place of worship. They provided us with food and safety. We are under their protection. I mean, it's been nothing but good since they've come here.
To provide some
There-
credence to what Alora is saying as well, Garrett has for a long time, and if I remember correctly, Alora may be able to correct me, I think his kind of nervousness to other people first started when there was an incident many, many years ago of someone coming through town and trying to steal from him. And ever since then, he has been extremely skeptical of anyone that comes into the village. So this is kind of normal to what he may be just feeling on a day-to-day basis. He's not very trusting.
Yes.
Oh, I can understand not trusting one without learning people's ways. But to be pointedly more so of people blindly trusting the church, he must have had some sort of feeling about it. Did something happen with a church person?
Not that I'm aware of.
Not that I'm aware of either.
No,
Are
I
any
would hope
here?
if there was something with a family member that happened, they would tell me as a, you know.
Oh,
I
but
don't know.
with all due respect, you are sort of the right hand of the church among this town, from what we've understood.
Yeah, and also someone who could appropriately handle disputes within the church as well.
And if I disagreed with the church, would you think that it would be mindful to come to you on that?
I try to have an open mind. My beliefs are my own, and I have a lot of faith, but I'm also happy to hear anyone's perspective.
I mean, it's not like we're in a cult. We have our own free will, and we can disagree with the church if we need.
There are many
Just a
people in the
glance
village
at
who
Aoife.
don't come at all.
Yeah.
So then why quiet him on his accusations then if you're allowed to have disagreements?
Because there are family members. They've taken care of us.
And family is not wrong sometimes?
I'm sure family's wrong sometimes, but like I said, we have made up. I apologized, and I was in the wrong. I told him as such, and we did make up. I mean, luckily it was we made up shortly before his passing. He came over last night. Well, last afternoon, late, around 4 or 5, and I apologized, and we left amicably, which I thank the mother of all for that, because it would have been much. I can't imagine having that kind of guilt on my conscience for not making up with him before he passed.
Above table, does that time frame match up with what we found out with the vigor of the body and how long it had been passed away?
I mean, yeah,
So she's the last person to see him alive.
possibly.
Mm.
Yes.
If we don't find out who did this, it could happen again. So we just really need to know whoever he was slandering or complaining about, because maybe he's wrong, but what if one of them he was right and that person knew? We need to talk to those people. Just find out what's happening.
Were there any new complaints? How about that? Because as we spoke about, he's very distrustful. But was there anything especially recent? How about that?
He was going on about something with the church, but he wouldn't tell me. I tried to press. He said he wanted to find out more before he made any actual accusations, and he needed to talk to you, Oliver.
Oh. Oh yes, of course. That was the poker game was so that we could meet and speak more of his concerns. But unfortunately, he never made it to the game.
Well, I mean, if you'd like, you can take a look in his room, see if you can find anything there. I'm afraid he wasn't a very avid note taker. Most of the stuff he just kept up in his brain. And yes, Lucy, did you have a question?
Investigation? Lucy runs straight to the room as soon as she's offered to look at it. Is that investigation? Or is
Yeah,
that perception?
it would be investigation. See if you can find anything.
Nope.
I'm going to watch as Lucy is doing this, because she did just literally like 3 minutes ago try to steal from a person's pocket, much less a room that's isolated. So I'll be watching.
There's a murder weapon on her. She was checking. She's patting down. Isn't Lucy a cop now?
That's not what you're doing.
Speaking of murder weapon, I don't want to leave the stool in front of the cauldron. While holding my tea and just glancing around, do I see any implements that would be dagger-like that she would have out in the open that seem to match a wound?
Did you ever look at the wound, or you never really inspected the wound? Did you?
I did. I got a what is it, dirty 20 or whatever it was. So and I wield daggers, so you said it was similar.
There are knives. You don't see any daggers, but I mean, you could stab someone with a knife too, like kitchen knives and things.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, also, daggers are like one of the most common. Everyone has a dagger.
I'll also investigate the room while keeping an eye on Lucy.
Okay, roll.
I got
What
an
do we see?
18.
Ooh,
Nice.
Paint a picture for us.
So Garrett's room is neat and orderly. There's the bed. There's a little desk with a candle that is mostly burned down to the nub. I'm going through my notes. He seems like a very organized man, almost to the point of obsessive. It almost feels like once he gets his claws into something, he will not let it go. Is what the feeling you get from just how organized and clean this room is. You don't see anything that
Would I know of anything he told me of, like, places that he keeps things that may have came up in conversation? A hollow bedpost, a floorboard that comes up, anything like that?
He was a woodworker.
Yeah, so he has the skills to do those kinds of things.
He has the skills to do those kind of things. He didn't really tell. Like, if he did, he has never told you. He's a very, once again, like he holds an amount of distrust towards everyone. There's just certain people he trusts more, and you are one of those people. But he hasn't disclosed his secret hidey hole.
Knowing he's a woodworker, I'll try to take an extra careful look at the bottoms of things that might be like hollow or some, those kinds of things.
Roll.
And, there's no way I roll an 18 again, so. Holy shit, I did.
Wow.
I rolled.
Hey. That you
Wow.
you still even focusing on the woodworking things in here, you don't find anything.
So there was ink. Was he writing anything? Was there paper on there? Is there paper inside the desk?
There's no paper. And there's ink and a quill, but there's no parchment to write on.
While they're in the room that was Garrett's, I'm assuming that Alara stayed with us.
Yes.
Go ahead.
So, how do you like the tea, Tito?
Oh yeah, it's pretty great.
Good. I'm glad that you like it. I harvest and I dry them myself. It's a local to Barkovia. I love the taste and just the little bit of kick it gives you.
Oh yeah, I'm feeling that kick.
Good. And you, Master Dwarf, you are not, uncommon, but I believe there were 2 others of you, and you all seemed in quite a hurry, but you're still here. That's interesting.
I was part of the group that found the body. Figure we should stick around, and Lucy over there is going to be accompanying us on our journey. So as long as she is still here, we are as well.
Okay. Well, I appreciate you looking into my brother's murder, and I hope you have luck with whatever it is you're looking for. And you, I don't often see someone from the Umbral Empire, these parts, just traveling, or?
Is she looking at me?
Yeah.
So she knows what I am?
Yeah. It seems that way.
Oh. Yeah, Aoife's taken aback immediately.
As am I.
Yeah, now you are. Yeah.
Oh no! It's that monkey. Oh no! Oh no!
Yeah,
Brothers, wasn't this the place that your people was like trying to go to?
She's ignoring the Tito and the Boren reactions at the moment and is just facing Alara. Interesting. You know many people from where I'm from?
Not many. No, I don't. I mean, you're pretty well shut off from the outside. I did go traveling a bit. I love my craft, and I need to see what all the world has to offer. And very little is known about the Umbrella Empire. You're very tight-lipped, including with your herbology and plant life. So I did take a journey there once, and lovely place.
Yes, the world is very diverse, it seems, no matter where you come from.
Yes, I would so love to go again. Very welcoming. From what you hear, you're always you always expect the worst from people, from where everyone else does. But then you meet, and I mean, reserved, sure, wary, sure, but lovely people, lovely culture.
So, as an herbalist, what does the church do for you?
They provide support and help. We're just a small throughway, and we're close enough to Barkovia that some people choose to pass through, and so we're not important enough to thrive, and so as of such, we were kind of forgotten. Barkovia's nice enough, but they don't. I mean, they're busy with all of their fancy diplomats and diplomacy, and so we kind of get forgotten about as far as needs and wants, and so the church has helped us greatly. They've fixed up all of our buildings. They've just provided tithes from around the world to actually repair falling apart buildings. Like, that was Garrett's job, so he was in all of the work that he could possibly handle. And once again, they provide just financial support, and I think most importantly, they provide just that little bit of nurturing that the soul needs. It's just a great group of people. They always come by, and they do a sermon once a month, and they talk about the All-Mother and how loving and wonderful. So I just read Jacob's comment. They should be at war with it, Meowxy and Tabaxi.
Who's the next sermon?
Yeah. Well, let's see. I believe it's in about a week and a half, I think. What day is it? Yeah, about a week and 3 days.
Sounds very interesting. Yeah.
If you're
I
here,
might hang out.
If you're here, you should join. It's lovely. It's wonderful. Very, very loving people.
It seems like you and Garrett both take pride in your work, and from what I understand, he definitely did woodworking. What was the last thing that he was working on to help restore?
I have no idea, actually. I think he's been fairly occupied. He kind of fixates, so I think he's been fairly occupied with his investigation or whatever he had to tell Oliver and myself about. I don't.
And that didn't prompt from a piece of work, since he was working on a church in type buildings and helping restore things that the church was helping pay for.
You got the actual last thing. Like, you want to go as far? Well, he might have been doing work for the church. I don't know.
Did he help you with this home? The woodwork around here and such?
He did, yeah. Most of the homes here he built with help from others, but a lot of it's his craftsmanship.
I think that's a good thing for you to have, so that way you always have a memory in mind, yes?
Yeah. Well, maybe it's all the herbs that I'm sniffing all day.
What kind of herbs you sniffing?
All. It's just a joke. Like just all of the herbs. You not smell it?
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, if you get any that are really exciting, let me know.
But I will. But anything illegal is of course outlawed by Barkovian law. So I don't have.
How can somebody how can somebody tell you can't have a plant? It's a plant. It grows.
Well, I mean the law though. I mean the the law is the law. So they do a lot of stuff. They tell you to not do a lot of stuff. Like, well, obviously, murder's illegal, but yet here we are. And someone has cruelly murdered my brother.
That's a whole lot different than growing a plant that make you feel fuzzy.
That is true.
I'm assuming we probably come back in around now. Well, we didn't find anything, unfortunately. I think we had a thorough look through. Is there anything else we wanted to ask Alara before we move on to another person in the community?
Would just like to purchase the sachet of herbs, if you don't mind.
Yes, of course.
Is there any tension when Lucy walks in between Boren and Aoife? Because we didn't hear any of that, right?
I mean,
you would not notice any tension from Aoife for sure. She's just
Boren might look a little bit sheepish, maybe.
Because if Lucy had heard that, she'd be so sad that her secret, she didn't have a chance to keep it.
You're still keeping it technically for what
Don't
you
worry,
know. You're
Oliver
still
would
keeping
have
it.
no idea.
When Tito looked over at me and made his, "Is that who you're fighting?" I would have looked and like, is she one of those that left? Even she knows they're no good.
Progressions.
Oh no.
This would
That's a
absolutely
little,
be his mentality at
But
the time.
inside, though, right? You're not saying that.
Oh no, I
Okay.
said that. Well, we were whispering to each other because he said he whispered over to me. Isn't that,
It just sucks
isn't
that my
who your
passive
people are?"
perception's so high.
Yeah, like you might hear this,
Roll,
but
I guess roll your stealth.
Tito doesn't know that he's ready to just judge a whole set of people.
you want me to roll? Sorry.
We found something
Without meeting
Tito's not
them.
down for.
You said stealth.
Yeah, really. How stealthy are you?
Well, I wouldn't have my crazy.
You don't
armor
have to
on,
take away
so
your
it's
armor,
just a
but it's
state D20.
yeah.
Well, I have a +0,
Mm.
so it's +0 or +0 at disadvantage.
Just a flat roll.
Yeah.
No
I feel like
disadvantage.
talking
though.
shouldn't be a disadvantage
14?
for armor either. That
Yeah,
wouldn't
there's
really
no
make sense.
shot you didn't hear it.
Yeah, my passive is higher than what you just rolled.
Oh no! Oh no!
She's still not showing anything. Still very much like we talked about. Like she's very impassionate in the face, very flatlined. However, I would love to keep an eye on Alara as she is making the sachet for my herbal to go, and see if I can clock where she has the scarlet light seeds that she's adding to that.
Scarlet. She opens up and I unfortunately don't have any of the is it Scarlet Light or I was calling
Or the what was it called?
was
The
like-
seeds, the red scarlet, crimson.
Scarlet
Crimson. I
Light.
keep
was-
saying red.
Crimson
Light.
Light. Yeah, Crimson Light. I was right.
There you go. Two different shades of red.
Could Garrett have taken them? Because they were on him.
How many did you have?
I mean I didn't
Roughly.
have a lot. I had maybe enough to make maybe one potion.
Hmm.
But I do have I can get enough to help. Well, you're an elf though. You can't even sleep.
You can't sleep.
Never a bad thing to try, though, right?
Who am I to turn
Yeah,
down
I've-
someone else's? Tell you what, keep it. Consider it
But you
a
don't
present
sleep, but
from
you're trying to
the
sleep.
mother of all. And she hands you
Thank
the
you.
herbs, and it's a mixture of herbs. And just sprinkle a little bit. You can use it with tea and just a little pinchful, and if you can, it should help you go right to sleep. It's not a sleeping potion. It's not going to knock you out or keep you from. You'll still maintain awareness, but if ever you want to sleep, maybe those would help.
Thank you very much for this. And how much do I owe you?
It's a gift from the mother of all.
Oh, thank you. I'll definitely stop by the temple per church and pay an offering.
They don't need your money.
Thank you.
Where do they get their
pocket
money?
herbs?
Tithes around church, around
I think
the
I
world.
could probably answer those questions for you better than Alara if you're interested in the inner workings of the church.
Wait,
I'm
they
not.
don't want her tithes, but that's how they get their money? That sounds strange.
Well, they don't want her payment for that good because they're raking in dough from the people that they preach to.
Classic cult.
Classic church.
It's not a
Oh.
it's not a cult. Thank
Yeah.
you, Tito.
I'll bid farewell and head out the door.
There's
Can we
Mental
talk
Paladin.
to
Man,
Celine?
I like old Boar. Who's this guy? Get this guy up. I want real Boar.
This is young, very fresh out of Paladin Academy.
Oh, it's like young seminarians.
Yeah,
Ugh.
yes,
Sounds like you're in your emo
It's called
phase, bro.
trampolism.
Oh my
Yes.
So,
word.
like,
I'm
heresy.
I've just finished the seminary and am ready to
He's red
convert
hot.
the entire world at the
Yeah.
point of my blade type of thing.
Woo! Abrasive.
Lucy has questions about the church.
Oh wait,
you can
before
ask
we get that
Oliver.
far, where is in relation to where we found the body? How far is her house from there?
I mean, she's in city limits, so it's about as far. Like every village is almost equally as far from the vineyard as, except, well, I guess there's a couple outlying houses, but her house is no farther than anyone else's in the village. Like, 2 minutes from the inn to here, so 2 minutes to what it was 7, so 9 minutes. I mean,
Okay. I'm just trying to, relative to things.
sure.
Excellent.
So for your brain, then it's in, and then out and up a little road, winery. The body was about 2/3 of the way through, and then her house is a couple minutes this way.
Okay. Excellent.
So again, I wasn't here last game, so just trying to see motivations for characters and stuff. If Boren and his people were the ones who found the body, how have we ruled them out as suspects?
It was
I found the
Boren
body
and
first, yeah.
Aoife.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
My
How,
family was getting drunk. And
It
we
was
were going
definitely
to get more
not
wine.
Yeah, the dwarves have a rock solid alibi. It's your wife
Okay.
all night long.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, your wife sent us on an errand to refuel the wine,
Yeah.
and I saw the body.
Roger.
Can we turn it into a short? Your wife all night long.
Yeah.
I know. Let it go. I heard it. It was supposed to just
Aspen
let
was busy.
with the dwarves all night long. Ka-chow. Jacob caught it.
Jacob.
Dang, mine and the wife's mine all night long. No. She was there. They were drinking. There was. She's faithful. She's faithful to that man.
I was like, to the church?
That's up Snow White. They found
Which
a new
makes you feel
coin.
bad about Gnome Oliver with all the fades black.
So Celine
really-
is where we're heading next.
The only people here who don't have an alibi are her and Lucy, right?
Lucy was with Tito.
Lucy
Oh,
was
yeah.
in the
Yeah,
carriage.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. They were in the carriage, not just wandering. So
Yeah.
they
Is that
kind
said
of-
out loud? Because Lucy has a guilt complex. She'd be like, did I?
No, that's more so like me.
And this is
trying
above
to-
table. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to make sure that none of you would realistically be suspects.
Yeah, I was like, wait a second. Yeah.
Mhm.
In a turnabout way, if you were very upset, you could try to pin it on myself and Boren, as we were the first ones to come across the body. But I also informed you that your gambling mate, Mr. Thomas, who is the vineyard owner, was coming away from the body as I discovered it.
Oh, yeah.
So
Okay, have we questioned him?
I attempted to question him in the church while you guys were having the lockdown meeting that was poker, but he seemed less than helpful and very merry and a bit drunk. So
Would I know
Also,
of any reason
Thomas
that
is just
he...
a little bit dumb.
Okay.
that's what it was. He wasn't drunk. My bad. His intelligence score is low.
All right.
Which you would know. If you'd known it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he doesn't seem like a likely suspect.
You gotta be brutal.
He does make pretty good wine, though.
Oh, we don't talk about Bruno.
It was my wedding
yeah.
day.
I was like, somebody has to do it. It's stuck in my brain so hard. Thank you.
Are we skipping along and leaving?
Are we skipping along?
Aoife is dead set on heading to Celine's, even though she has no idea where it is, but would like to at least talk to the next person that had a chance to have the herbs on their person, since
It is
She knows for sure.
It's across the street.
fuck me, these towns are so tiny.
I think was Finn a part of the poker game as well?
Finn was, yeah. And Finn and Garrett are good friends, like best of friends.
Okay. He may be a good person to ask if he knew of anything specifically that Garrett was upset about as well.
I would like to above table say that I would also like to look into the last area of the church that he was working on, just to see if there was anything in his woodworking that we can notate.
Something in the church? Say that. Sorry. Sometimes
So
my brain doesn't work.
You're fine. He's doing restorative work, correct, for being paid by the church. So wherever his last woodworking employment job through them was before he went off on this tangent of, evidence, I would like to stop by after we see the herbalist and maybe Fenn.
Yeah, cool. Perfect. So Selena, then the church, then Celine, Finn, church. Oh, you're at Selena's. Anyways.
Yeah, that's fine.
Celine.
On the way, Lucy wants to ask, is anyone from the church here, besides people of the village who are part of the church, anyone who's in the missionaries, are they here? Would they live in the vineyard anywhere?
I think we discussed that, and that they appointed Oliver, right?
Yeah.
And then from there it was just...
They're gone.
So, yeah, the way it works is Oliver maintains the church, and then the clerics come in. I don't know why I finger quoted clerics. They're not they're not a cult. They're not a cult.
Hell, man.
They're not a cult.
What are you doing?
Oh. I'm just convinced this is going down.
Tell me it's a cult without telling me it's a cult. Clerics.
Jesus.
No, look, they're not.
We're uncovering a clerical scandal.
The clerics, without air quotes, see, he saved it. They come in roughly once a month ish, and they do sermons. They bring money for them to live. They bring money for them to live.
Food.
Food. And
They give sermons.
To their wives.
Human sacrifices.
How many dwarves are with their wives?
Who knows?
Yeah, how
Not
many
enough.
dwarves are in this church?
I'm so sorry, GK. I'm
No,
so sorry.
that's fine. My brain don't work so good. Like I said, I'm basically Thomas. Yeah. I have 10 tickles. Not enough. All right. So sorry. What's
Celine?
going on, Celine? Yep, you're there. Oh my word.
I get
Knock
a-
on the door and
Yes, come in. No, a door opens. Hello.
Hello.
Female.
A female half elf,
Single female lawyer.
older.
Having lots of sex. It's a Futurama reference, sorry.
Wrinkle, aging, wrinkle, showing age, even though half elves so longer life than normal humans, but still old, graying hair, mostly gray hair, in fact. Yes, Oliver and.
I introduce everyone
Company.
and company. Hey, hello. We had a few questions for you, if you have just a moment.
Oh, of course, yes. Come in, please. It's just a small room. There's a little cot to lay down if you're injured. Medical supplies, gauzes and stuff. Not like just picture an old medieval healer. There's a little jar of leeches.
So not so much an herbalist, more so like a magical
but there
healer.
are also, you see the mortar and pestle and the little alchemical apparati that are used for making potions, and then there's
So she could have them.
the scent of herbs, but not as overpowering as
Alara. So we're just going around. I'm sure you've heard about what happened on, the unfortunate
Yes, of course. Poor
current
Alara.
circumstances. Yes. So, we're just checking around with everyone, see if they have any information that they could, help us with the investigation, and also ask everyone some questions, just doing our due diligence.
Oh, ask away. Anything I can do to help. You know how I feel about murderer. Well, I assume I feel the same about murderers as everyone else.
Yes, that is what you've told me before.
I do hate murderers.
Yeah, I think that's usually what you say to me each morning as we wait.
Oh, stop it,
I'm
you.
so confused.
You're such a kidder. And
Yes, of course.
She pats you.
Why do I feel uncomfortable?
Because
Said it out loud.
normal human interaction is not something that you're comfortable with. That was out of character. So we wanted to ask if what do they call again? Crimson? No. Fuck.
Crimson light seeds.
Is
Crimson
it Scarlet
light.
or Crimson?
It's
I-
crimson. I said scarlet. I apologize.
I've
Crimson
changed
light.
it twice now.
It's my fault.
Have you had? Do you have any of that on hand now?
Tito's got 2.
Yes, those are in fact crimson light. I can go look to see if I have any crimson light. She walks over and opens it up. Yes, I have a little vial. Can make
Where are
a-
these imported from?
I get mine from Barkovia, but I mean they're found mainly over in the kingdom of Tress. Very common there, less so here. Well, very common. That's wrong. They're still rare there, but less rare here.
We're
Less
on the
rare
same
than
island,
here.
right?
No.
So Barkovia is the nation, right? Are we on the same island as Barkovia?
So Barkovia is the land, and the capital of Barkovia is called Barkovia.
Okay, so Oliver's town is within the jurisdiction of Barkovia as an island nation.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
Have you had any going missing or any other herbs that aren't where they're supposed to be?
I don't think so. I haven't done a inventory check recently. Not a lot of need for potions being made. And I don't think so. As she looks through the shelf of herbs, no, it seems like they're all there, including my crimson light. It's expensive. This is roughly 100 gold.
So it's safe
What?
to say you haven't had to use that herb in a while.
No. Not a lot of need for sleeping potions around here. Why? Do you think a sleeping potion was used to murder Garrett? Oh.
Is that possible?
Well, I don't know.
Could you let us know who came to see your services all day yesterday? Who's been in here?
Before 5.
Oh, I mean, eventually after, if they got in a scuffle.
What, let's see. Finn was complaining about a pulled muscle. He came in yesterday. I gave him a little bit of salve for his arm. Blacksmithing too hard.
Just swinging that hammer.
Let's see, who else?
Was he ever alone in here?
Finn? I mean, I was in here with him.
Did you turn your back? Could he have
mean-
gone into the cabinet?
I suppose so. Yes. I mean, I have to. I don't watch people like a hawk. I assume that most people won't steal from us. Me. No.
But nothing's missing that you're aware of anyway.
Just Finn that I can think of, and nothing seems to be missing. No.
Okay.
Any other persons in the town purveyors of the crimson light that you're aware of, or would have need to
Well,
be purchasing it?
no one's ever bought. I mean, I don't know. I can't think of anyone that's bought Crimson Light.
Maybe not from you, but would anybody else have a reason to purchase it in town? Maybe besides Alara?
Give me a second. Reading through notes. I mean, actually, maybe Ronan might. Different Ronan. I mean, Ronan hunts. I wonder if he would have need to maybe set some sort of sleepy time trap for an animal. I don't know how hunting works, but I assume that would be a very convenient way to catch animals.
Did you say Rowan or Ronan?
Ronan?
You said both.
I just speak bad. He's Ronan's. Ronan's the woodsman. Who's the hunter? Wait, I gave you the wrong. You know what? Go with it.
They're twin brothers.
Yeah.
Ronan and Bonin. Did you hear or
Oh,
see
no, that
anything
was right.
yesterday that was strange?
No, I can't say I did.
Especially around between 5 and what's our time frame again?
So if Alara was the last one to see him, and she said she saw him around 4 or something, it would have been shortly after he passed away. So we're looking sometime between like 4 and 5, because it would be a very short span.
I can't think of. No, not that I can think of.
Okay. Well, thank you for your time. If you think of anything, please let us know.
Oh, of course.
I'm sure you would anyway.
Of course.
But do you have any questions or any concerns for us as we start
No,
heading for the door?
I just hope you catch whoever did it. To bring those.
We will.
Good. I'm glad. May the blessings of the Mother of All lay upon you.
Thank you, and also
Right
with
back
you.
at you.
Well, have a good rest of your night. Make sure you stay safe. Because we don't know what's going on. We'd probably recommend you keep your door locked and
Of course.
Thank
you. I will. Thank
not
you.
be out after dark.
I appreciate it. Yes, and good luck.
Thank you very much. All right, where are we going next?
Lucy goes, so are we like deputies now?
I think I have the power to deputize you.
I'm sure you do, so are you going to do it?
Yeah, you do.
I take out my long sword.
Whoa!
Kneel.
Okay. And kneel?
I
My ears quiver. you don't
deputize
get
her.
scared.
You know kneels too.
I, Oliver, something, hereby authorize you Give me your full name again.
Lucia Jacinta Francesca Peritas.
No, never mind. Lucia Peritas as a deputy of the town of Arcolia.
Whisper Wind Hamlet.
Okay. Whisper. Oh my God. Whisper Wind Hamlet for the next 48 hours.
Oh, I will do so much good for your town in the 48 hours.
Oh, I trust you. Except for that part we tried to
Pulls
steal.
out
Please don't do that.
her-
Now you're a deputy, and I need you to be a pillar of the community.
I was patting down to see if there's any evidence. She pulls out a little star that apparently she had on her and pins it on.
Oh,
It's glittery.
How did
Love
I
it.
know you might have that?
Of course she does. Of course.
All right. Where did we want to go next?
it seems
church?
like the churches or wherever Garrett was last working, the building.
Do we
It seems like
search in
Finn
the
might
vineyard?
be a question as well.
Yeah, we can definitely stop by and talk to Finn. I imagine he will be at the smithy. Can we hear pinging?
Well, no, actually, you can't.
Okay. He may be lying low today, just, after what's happened.
After killing somebody.
I imagine that would be, we, back in Barkovia, we had to take a few people out. It was fairly exhausting.
The distrust intensifies.
They attacked us in the street. Yeah, sorry, you weren't there for that.
Defense.
It was very much self-defense. And Lucy actually saved my life.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
that-
did hear Lucy say that she was of assistance
Mm-hmm.
in saving you. So
I
Well
don't
done,
think
Lucy.
I'd be here if it wasn't for her, and now she's my deputy.
I'll have to bring all this to therapy still.
I've
Oh,
always thought
sent
about
me-
being a therapist.
All right. As you head to Finn's or the church.
Yeah, I can go there.
As you head to Finn's, we are going to take a short 5 to 10 minute break, depending. I'll probably be back after 5 minutes and hang out. So
Sounds
see
good.
you guys
all right,
in a very, very short while.
BRB.
Burb.
Burp. Uh-oh. Oh no, all the camera positions have changed.
Yeah.
Oh no. Discord.
Did it mess yours up too?
Yeah, this is the problem with Discord.
It happens the same thing too with Zoom. When you guys left and come back, it changed everybody's space.
Interesting. You can drag and move Zoom around though.
Oh, I didn't know
That's
that.
why we went with Zoom, is to avoid this.
I wonder, can we drag people here? No,
No.
we can't do sh.
Zoom is actually the only program that lets you do that, which is why we were using it.
Great. Now, well, this is how it lives. Excellent.
I wonder what happened.
I ask myself that question every day.
So, at least Lucy's still in the same spot.
Oh yeah, do we need to like re-turn on our cameras in a specific order?
That's a good. I don't know how that. I don't know.
Because that's all it's based on. Is just who turns on the camera first, second, third, etc. So when we come back, we could all just turn off our camera and you tell us what to do. Should put
That's
it back
okay.
in the right order. It's like if I turn mine.
Ah! Okay, good. We're back. I was about to kill you.
No, it would take everyone doing it.
No, I'll be all right. It's just a little tweak it, deek. You know, I'm sure that you could like do it outside of.
Wait, it fixed for me.
Oh, that's because when everyone's back. Oh.
I think we'll be fine. I think once everybody is
Oh.
back.
Control Z for the win. Holy moly. Okay. We don't need Lucy here.
Oh.
You're just gonna go talk to Finn? Maybe we do need Lucy here. Lucy provides a lot of
Talking.
something.
Oh no! Oh, sorry guys. What the hell is happening?
I don't know.
Did the audio fix? There we go. It looks like it fixed.
What?
Thanks, Sniper. My audio apparently there was just no audio for a second.
Hi, Sniper!
All right.
Sniper, did you know that I used to call you Mapaloobop? Because before I knew that your name was upside down Sniper, I was like, I don't know how to say that, so I just called you Mapaloobop.
I think a lot of people do that, he says. Yeah, just
There you go.
Papa Mau Mau.
Ooh, Mama was a good one. Yeah, you know, it's fine. He'll get here. When he gets here, he gets here. I'll be Lucy for the time being. So, to Finn's house. You get there, and Finn is sharpening a sword. He's not tinging on a sword, but he's there just whetstone, getting it real sharp. And it,
Okay.
for those of you who have seen a man preparing for violence, that's what you see before you. Stoic, straight-faced, with a scowl. It's like it's not straight-faced, just anger. Just rage on this man's face and sorrow. And the only way he knows how to deal with it is to hurt someone. And that's what you get from this. Just the man, I mean, you don't know how good with a sword he is, but it's like he's tightly wound right now, is what you see.
Sniper says 0 point for violence.
Yeah.
Aoife would say nothing and just wait for Oliver's lead, since Oliver seems to know how close Finn and Garrett were.
Yeah, this is a weird position to not be in the last game, but also be the mayor of the town that we're in. Because I'm sure there's lots that I didn't see last time, even with the recap. I only took as much as I could from it. Does he react to us walking in?
He doesn't seem to have noticed you.
I'll give, like, you know, a beam or something like a tap.
He
Yeah.
sets the sword down. They took him, Oliver.
Do we know who they are?
I don't know who they
That's
are.
what we have to figure out first. Is there anything that you saw? Is there anything that we can use? Was there anything he's been talking about recently that he saw, or some kind of thing that he was more upset about than his normal self?
He told me of a letter he got, a threatening letter, telling him to stop looking into the church.
Did you ever see it?
I never. He told me about it though. I tried to warn him. I tried to tell him. You know him. You know how he gets. He gets focused. He gets fixated. He won't let it go.
No, that is not a strong suit of his. Do you know where he might have kept that? We searched his room just to see if there was anything we could find. We didn't see any letters.
No, he didn't. I don't. Where would he have kept it? Somewhere. You know.
I wonder where his tools are. Were the tools in Alara's house?
They were not.
I wonder if he may have kept it in his tools.
He was working on the church. Maybe he found something? Maybe he overheard something?
You don't think he would have tried to bring it to you the night he was killed?
I think that's what he was doing.
So it was probably on him, and
Well, the letter was days ago. He told me he was looking for more information, something he could bring to Oliver. Because Oliver, out of everyone in this town, has his head. I mean, you have your head up the church's butt far enough, but he also thought you could pull it out. And if you could help everyone else.
It's my number one priority. It's keeping everyone safe and taking care of everyone.
Right. And that's what he was trying to do, but he knew that you wouldn't just believe it.
I do prefer allegations to have some tinge of evidence to them.
Yeah.
Do you know what?
And you
prompted
also
him?
know him. You know, he had allegations for anyone and everything.
It's true.
Do you know what prompted him to look into the church?
Well, all I know is I don't. He's been quiet about it. He said it's dangerous, and then he didn't want to put my life at risk. I tried to tell him to knock it off at first, and then he wouldn't, but he never listened when he got his head around something, or his hands around something, and then he told me that he got the letter telling him to stop. A letter that threatened his life. He didn't listen, and he said he was digging deeper. I don't know why. I don't know why he couldn't have just left it.
If he was passionate enough to continue to look into it, do you think there was reason for it? Like, was he trying to protect you all that are involved in the church, maybe?
Well, he must have, because he's dead.
I mean, he gave his life for something that it seemed that he was passionate for, so that's why we're here. It sounds like he was a damn good man.
One of the best.
He was also a shit, but he was a good man.
Yeah.
Aren't we all?
Fair enough.
And a little welling up of the tear, and he, does that.
Oof.
Does that, like the guy rub where you're like, oh, I got something in my eye.
Whisper to Oliver, is it appropriate for deputies to offer hugs to citizens?
Probably not when you don't know them.
Could you get pulled over, license registration,
And a
and
hug.
No.
Probably not.
I know what I'm going for jail for next.
What was the first?
Well, which time?
Fair.
I just got
This-
sidetracked.
Is this the Aoife or Kits?
Yes.
Right. Oh, yes. Both.
D, all of the above.
Did he ever mention anything about herbs or come to you with herbs?
No.
I know that's more his sister's thing, yeah?
Yeah. No, he. No. I mean, he was a woodworker. I don't think he knew much about herbs. He didn't even care. He just knew that Ilara was an herbalist.
They were fighting a lot, yeah?
She didn't like his investigation either. She hated it. Real.
Oh, hate's a strong word.
You should have heard their arguments.
Can you tell us what they were like?
I was never there for one. Just, you could hear the screaming. Loud.
She seems to get comfort from the church in a way that he didn't, right?
Yeah. I mean, he liked the church well enough for a while. I don't know what changed. Just one day he started to push doubts. Just, I don't know what changed. I just know that one day he started to question. One of the first of us, the only one, started questioning the church's motives, why the church was here, why they were so helpful, where did they come from, how often are new gods born, I don't know. So, something that you don't really ever think about, and then...
Are we sure it's a new god? Maybe it's an old god in a new church.
Maybe.
Is the doctrine it's a new god? She looks at the mirror.
Do gods rebrand? I don't know if that's a thing.
New
don't
merch
either.
Oh
dropping,
my
y'all!
I love that you named it Deputy Lucy now.
Deputy Lucy has questions.
Yes.
She goes up. I like to think she has a different hat in her satchel too. It's a little bit more of a cowboy hat, but not quite. Like kind of like a very Edwardian. Like it's kind of like it's slick.
Mm.
It's got a little bit more of a brim, and she tips at him. Deputy Paradox, at your service. I have some questions for you. Pulls out a notepad.
Sure.
Would you be the person who would make different instruments that people would need that would have metal and wood and things like that?
I could make an instrument, yeah.
Would you be the one who would make knives for the community?
No. Maybe the hilt.
Maybe-
Oh
Have you
wait,
made
Finn.
any
No,
dagger
Finn.
hilts?
This is Finn. I was thinking. I went woodworker. Yes, I would make knives for the people. Knives and daggers.
Who would purchase daggers from you? most
Instruments.
recently?
No, then flop those two answers. Sorry. What was that question?
Have you made any daggers recently?
Mostly, I make like horseshoes and farming equipment. I keep daggers. I keep swords and
Are any of them missing?
no.
Have any been purchased?
No, like mainly I keep them around in case there's an adventure that's like, hey, I threw my dagger at a goblin. I need a new one. Like it's an in case thing. I don't.
Goblins are so nice. Why would anyone do?
Oh.
No, professional. So have any adventurers come by to purchase any daggers?
No. But everyone has a
Has
dagger.
anyone purchased? Oh, everyone has a dagger.
There's just they're a
Oh,
tool.
we need to talk to everyone in the town. She looks at the mayor like, "Am I doing good?"
You said
mean,
that there was a turning point. on the trust of the church before he started to have doubts.
Yes.
Did that come at a certain point? Was there a sermon or something? Like, how long ago did the doubt start to set in? And was there something around that time that you remember?
3 or 4 months ago. But as far as the sermon, it was. I mean, how? No, the day he brought it up, I don't even remember the sermon. It was just the same old. I used to revel in it, but now it just feels like Drek.
Look on the mirror's face.
So
You should
you-
mark down these sermons. What are they usually about?
The All Mother bless and protects us, and we have to listen to our Mother of all, and listen to our hearts, and let her in, and let her do what she needs to us so we can accomplish her will. I mean,
Oh, what's her will?
whatever she tells you, her will is.
She told you anything?
No.
Have you
So
let
would
her
you
into your heart?
Hmm.
I mean, we all have in the village. It's not a cult.
It's just an altar call.
It's just bow your heads. Does anyone here raise your hands? No one, with no one else looking, raise your hand. It's not the same.
Wait, could we join the religion? How would we be catechized? Since I'm
You
a
what?
deputy, I probably have to, right? I need to join the religion because I'm a deputy now. I need to join the religion for the 40 hours of my deputy.
You
Oh, I
have the
think that-
option to, if you'd like, but you certainly don't have to, as does everyone else here.
I don't
you
think
seem
it's a
like-
good idea.
City are members of the church.
Almost everyone.
I would say like 80-20%.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or the 20.
Just a rough
So
estimate.
like, there's probably like 4
Reveal.
people that aren't.
Do you plan on attending the next service, Finn?
I didn't. Not after someone killed Garrett.
Do you think it was someone from the church who did it?
Yeah. I don't have proof.
Are there people from the church who are not part of the village who you've seen here
I mean, they only come
lately,
once a
like
month.
yesterday?
No.
Who do you think it was?
I don't know.
Damn.
I wish I knew.
Oh gosh.
Is there anyone else other than you, Mayor, who talks with the outside religious authorities?
Whenever they're in town, people are able to, have counseling sessions with them for the day that they're here. I do a lot of those because I'm here all the time. And, just kind of normal daily life struggles and getting into arguments with family, those kinds of things I talk to people about. But I mean, I don't write letters with them every day or anything like that. We just make plans for upcoming sermons and discuss what our plans, for the future are.
Is there anyone in the city who is particularly devoted, fanatical, or zealous in their talking about the church?
I know Alara is definitely a quite firm believer.
Celine.
Obviously.
Celine is also very devout. Marcus is. Thalia is the kid doesn't care. Gara goes, but isn't like, I love it. Lisa goes, it's like, all right, Aspen is okay with it also. She likes it. She's like, yeah, it's cool.
Because if you think, and all signs do point to it being the church, who would you recruit to commit a murder on behalf of the church?
I mean, I don't want to toot my own horn, but I think I'm one of the more capable people in the village, and it definitely wasn't me.
You'd handle it yourself?
No, if someone needed someone protected or hurt in the village or anything of that sort, I'm kind of the muscle around here as well. Obviously,
they have to know how close the two of you are. They wouldn't ask you to murder one of your best friends, so...
Or cousin, so, yeah.
Who...
Helena is a capable fighter as well. She's she was the former guard captain, but she's still very much a pillar of strength in the community. I'm also quite close with her. I don't think she had a bad relationship with Garrett either, but...
Do you need to have a bad relationship to
murder someone in cold blood?
Who's blaspheming against your church?
I think we've made it very clear since they got here that people are more than welcome to be a part of things, and if they don't want to do that, that's their choice. So if people have fostered that kind of environment, then that's not something I'm aware of that anyone would do.
I understand you are very tolerant, but I mean, just in talking to some of the people here, they're rather crazed about this group. It seems they could be convinced if something needed to be done.
You might say that some people are digging too deep.
Only where we have rights. As all dwarves do.
I mean, out of character. Oh!
That was really well played.
Yeah, I can't think of any other examples where people go too far with their religion. That's not something that ever happens, right? People are always very respectful and you know, keep each other's beliefs, you know, at a respectable arm's distance and don't go over, you know, bounds that shouldn't be. So is it a possibility? Certainly. I don't, you know, the most blood that has been spilled has been in the name of different gods. I think that's a pretty fair assessment. So, I mean, it is certainly a possibility, but I am not aware of anyone who is so fanatical that they would be willing to hurt other people who just don't like it.
Finn? Do you think that Alara is capable of killing her brother over this church?
If you had asked me even a week ago, I would have said no. At this point, I don't think I would trust anyone and rule them out.
You just said that she seemed very passionate in her fights with her brother.
Yeah.
Do you think they made up before he passed?
No.
I think it would be more suspicious if they did.
Garrett didn't stop. If she hated him researching, why would that have changed? Does she now... Did he convince her? I mean, I guess the thing is if he convinced her to ditch the cult, that's the one thing that would change. And then, yeah.
So ditch the what now?
The church. Whatever.
I agree. The terminology seems cult is very interchangeable when you're that attached to it.
Hmm.
When you say researching, what was he doing? Do we know what he was doing? We know he was talking about stuff, but does anyone know like where he was finding things out? Where was he going all day?
I mean, the last job he had was working on the church, doing some additional supports and improvements to the structure, the wooden portions of it.
Maybe he found something.
Yeah, that's where we're going next.
Finn, I don't mean to interject, but Finn, you do seem very capable, and since you seem to be concerned on your own alliance with the church, be careful.
He grabs the sword that he was sharpening. Got this for a reason.
They seem to be fond of daggers,
Right.
whoever they are.
I'll be careful.
Be careful of what you eat and drink. There's a sleeping draft that appears to be going around. And as sharp as that sword is, it doesn't matter if you're not awake.
Good to know. Appreciate that. You all take care as well. Let me know what you find. And if possible, let me kill whoever did it.
Well, there'll be due process.
He looks at you, Oliver.
We'll see.
Take care.
Good
Now I'm a
questions, Lucy.
deputy. Do I? Oh, thank you.
We'll
I
get
should be a
somebody to
deputy.
do the processing.
Dude, do I have to execute you in the next 24 hours? Is that part of my duties?
No,
Okay, because I don't think I can do that again.
no, that will not be a part of your responsibilities.
Is there capital punishment in whispering?
Um,
No.
for murder potentially, it's not something.
It's part of Barkovia. No.
You know, if we would certainly try to take them in the correct manner, but if there was a scuffle and we couldn't do so safely,
Yeah,
we'll
I
do
feel
what
like,
we have to do.
Barkovian
like-
prison's like the Netherlands prison where it's like, here's your flat screen and your 3 nice, delicious meals a day.
yeah, like you do like a petty thing that gets a crunch to stay in there. And then keep having it
yeah,
go.
yeah.
I feel like Rex has gone to Barkovian prison.
Oh, both of them, I would assume.
Hey, it's like, but it's by request. Could you throw me in there for a night? I need to get away from my family.
I need to sleep.
Anyways.
As we're
Sounds like
exiting Finn's place, I'll put some distance between myself and Boren.
Understandable.
We'll go to the church.
Alright. And the church, I don't have like,
Wait, is this the church they were gambling in?
yeah.
Yes.
The...
I'm just remembering Tito looking at how to get in from the top, so.
yeah,
We
that's
went
funny.
Down, right?
Yeah.
Was the gambling like in like a crypt area, or was it like their hall?
It was
Is that where they have their potlucks? Where are their potlucks?
in the you know in
You
the
brought a
crypt
casserole
area.
dish.
In the
Where are their hot dishes happening?
the potluck obviously happens outside in the inn back there. They all go over there. They have a feast.
It's one of those halls across the street
So
kind of things.
the door creaks ominously. Your footsteps echoing as you enter into the empty church.
Was it locked?
It was not. You forgot to lock it. You rushed out. You never came back to lock it. How could you
Okay.
forget that? It's not like you weren't here or something. But whatever.
Yeah.
Nobody locked it.
Yes, when one of my family members hasn't been murdered, I'm pretty good about it, but I think I forgot in the moment.
Didn't know churches had locks.
I mean, I don't know why they wouldn't.
So what are you worried about? Is there like precious metals in there for rituals? Like what? Are you worried about someone who's not part of it doing damage? Saying why lock it?
You were just told to lock it by the clerics nightly. You have
Yeah,
You have a
seems like standard
I-
procedure.
I didn't air quote it.
We did.
Yeah, I don't know. You lock up buildings when you do you not leave your home locked when you're not there?
A home is one
Never
thing,
locked
but a
it.
place where you can have convening with gods is usually open.
Usually people can take refuge there
Mhm.
and be protected.
Well, we aren't a large enough city to have anyone homeless or like in need of refuge. And
What
the
if
mayor owns an inn that they would happily take in any people who needed refuge as well.
Usually a church is a greater sign for that than an inn necessarily when you're seeking aid. One
Why?
might not know as from the outside that the mayor resides within the inn.
Yes.
Just speaking from someone who has traveled to reap it.
Yeah, we don't get many travelers here, and I'm here most of the day, right? Or, I come here for certain hours of the day. People know that the church is open if they need anything. And then when I'm not here, I lock up, and to me that seems normal. But I don't know. We
Where
don't.
did
If we
you-
had the clerics here all the time, then I'm sure that they would leave it open.
Remind me, he's a paladin, yes?
He looks like a paladin.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Where did you
I'm
train
wearing
at?
half plate. Well, I got training from the church as a pillar of the community. They wanted me to be able to handle things around, and also I was devoted, so I was interested.
So but
Mm.
Oliver, your training was very divine. You know what? It was very divine in nature. You never actually did any sword training. A lot of it was prayer related and ceremonies and rituals. And as you're thinking about it, that's what you're like. I'm pretty good with the sword, but I've never trained for. As you're saying it, and someone's questioning.
I don't necessarily have a lot of history with a sword, but I also don't feel like when I use the sword that they've given me, I don't feel like it's the strength of my body that wields it. I feel like it's the like an inner power that allows me to channel those powers through the sword.
Oren,
What
would you
does-
say it's the same for you?
Born, you trained your whole darn life.
Yeah.
You've worked real hard. You're
No,
you're a
I
little bit
mean-
mad at that statement. What he just said.
My god gives me power, but no, all of this is well trained. I've fought in many fights, and many hours were spent learning how to wield this and many other weapons.
Does your god lock its doors also?
I have never seen a place of worship with a locked door.
It does. The inner sanctums always are locked out. Think of the
Yes.
biblical holy of holies style thing where
Yeah,
don't
but
go
the-
in there,
the-
but the doors are
Yeah.
always open. Yeah.
yes, there are rooms, but
Yeah.
never the outside.
Hmm.
Anyone is free to come in, pray, seek refuge.
Oliver,
That
this-
is scary.
This church was built by them and you, or it was freestanding beforehand?
I think it was a combination of efforts. Certainly, our
They
late
build it and
Garrett
then move it here?
was a part of it.
So this wasn't a pre-existing structure that was converted to the church. It was built for this church.
No, we didn't have any structure like this before.
Can you show us around?
Of course, feel free to look around. If you have any questions, I'll answer them.
I would like to investigate thoroughly, sir.
Do you know what part of the church he was working in?
I'll take them over to it. I would imagine that I
yes.
would be.
What's the vibe of the architecture? Like, what's it trying to say? Is it like lofty? Is it light? Is it dark?
It,
What's
really
it trying
makes
to
the
say?
place
That
taller.
divine is light.
It's light. It's welcoming. It's very welcoming. It's not dark. There's a lot of windows, a lot of stained glass, so it gives a very colorful feel as you go
Are they
in.
abstract? Are they abstract stained glass, or are they like pictures stained glass?
They are abstract stained glass. Look,
Can I do a religion track on the abstract?
Yeah.
Is it Cthulhu? Like,
yeah, roll.
Is it weird geometries that our minds can't handle?
Oh.
oh, that's a horrible roll. It doesn't matter. It's 12.
So if you step back and you're looking at it, and as you look at it, you almost find yourself pulling towards the stained glass a little bit, and you catch yourself just for the briefest of seconds, kind of like you're on of standing on a bus and the bus starts to move, and you do
Quick
that
bout of vertigo.
a little bit, yeah. But you're oh, nothing.
I do religion too, because I'm saying like, what's it trying to tell me?
Sure.
And Lucy likes to read her occult books.
Yeah.
This is the time in her life when she's doing that pretty heavily. 17.
Nice.
Yeah. So you've recently started reading a book from
Where I started worshiping Andaletta.
Yeah, right. Yeah, Andaletta has a lot of names and whatnot, and a lot of iconography goes along with it. And just one
Raven
stained
mother,
right,
grandmother.
just one stained glass mirror alone is abstract. But as you're looking at it, and then she, you kind of looking at it together because you're both looking at the same thing and you're standing together, so obviously you're there, and she kind of jerks a little bit and you look over and then you look back, and it kind of forms, every stained glass window kind of forms into one singular picture that could be an Andaletta picture.
Mother of all, it makes sense. I'd like to join your church.
Sure.
Lu-
I
Lucy,
seems
why?
like an
I'm not
interesting
messing
time
with
to
you.
want to do that.
I've
Yeah.
been reading lots of books about Andaletta, who's the grandmother goddess, and when you die, you go to your home, and we have our walking sticks, our willow walking. Do you have any willow wood here?
Yes.
The church is the wood that's used was willow.
Mhm.
I take back everything me and I've been saying the past few days.
See,
Hey,
guys, it's not
whatever
a
I've
cult.
said is true.
Lucy, are you
It's not-
joining
it's
the
not.
cult?
Lucy,
I'm not joining cult. I'm joining religion. I think I already joined in my heart of hearts, and I just found it.
we're investigating a murder, and you're willingly joining them, and they are our number one suspect.
We don't know if they did it. It could have been someone else. Maybe he had different.
You are correct. We don't know, but you're going to join them before we clear
Maybe
them?
it's part of my investigation. She looks at Marlon. It's
As a deputy, though, should you space yourself from the work you're doing? I mean, that'd be like joining the gang that just killed all the monkeys in the village or something. Why,
But the innocent to proven guilty in Barkovian law, so we don't know anything. And I would like to learn more. I bet there's some time in between,
I guess if it's
showing
for
interest and
educational,
then
that makes
learning.
sense.
So, have you ever called her Andaletta or grandmother, or is it just mother of all?
I only know her by the one name,
The All Mom?
Mommy.
The
All mommy.
all mommy.
All mommy all the time is what we say.
I take it back. I no longer want to.
I want to join now.
I want midnight bananas with all money.
Hell yeah. No, just all mother or mother is usually what I would say.
Do I have any of my cult books with me? Did I steal any from the library?
No, you
Is that
can't.
all I can do?
They have to remain. You sneak in and read them there, otherwise, because they're in the the forbidden section of the library.
I bet they have like that spell alarm on it.
Yeah, exactly. So they have to stay in the library under lock, key, and guard. Lucy's the
my-
literal only person. A book at the
Harry
forbidden
Pottering
part
this
of the
shit.
library. Yeah, man, that one calls to me.
I'm gonna draw that impression from the stained glass that feels like Andaletta to me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna draw it
Yeah. Okay.
so I can have it for later.
Perfect.
I'm
Roll.
gonna show it to.
Give me a performance check.
All right, this Lucy's not as good as performance as adult Lucy. 12.
It's okay. It's not bad. You can tell what it is. I mean, it's mainly
I
lines.
show
and
it to.
stuff.
I show it to my mayor because I'm now a deputy.
Yeah.
I take it and I kind of hold it up
Like
towards.
magic eye.
Oh.
That's Andaletta. That's what Andaletta
Okay.
looks like.
I can see the semblance there. Yeah.
I think we worship the same person.
Interesting.
I'm totally on board now. Take everything back. I don't know why I was skeptical, and I feel.
I wonder why they called it a different name. If that's truly what I give it back to you.
She had a lot of names.
So we got Andaletta in one hand and Mommy in the other hand.
Mm-hmm.
Grand mommy.
Get mommy out of your
Grand
hand.
mommy.
Should we see where he was last working to see if we maybe can find the toolbox, letters?
Of course.
see
Right
if
over
we-
here.
Yeah, so his
Boards.
tools are there. He's been fixing up and adding to some more ornate structures around the back, behind the altar area. And you see his toolbox. Everything's packed away nicely and set neatly, very much like his room, very neat and orderly. And sorry, you
Behind
rolled
the-
investigation a while ago. You
Yeah.
didn't find anything. I forgot to say as you were searching, nothing stood out. It's a church. You got your pews, just the benches, wooden solid. It's not like modern church benches with a nice, well, I say nice with the padding. And then they're all facing the altar, and then off to the side you have the stairway that led down to where the gambling game was happening. There's one on the other side, which you don't know where that leads, Oliver. That just leads to some of the more private rooms where the clerics stay when they attend. Up front you have the altar, but nothing in your search revealed any hidden compartments or anything. See, I got there. I just ignored your investigation for a half an hour.
It's cool. It's cool.
Perfect.
And the rooms where the clerics stay when they're here, are they unlocked or do they stay locked until the clerics arrive?
I think I have the key.
You've never tried to go in, though.
Yeah, I usually kind of respect their space.
I go for the door.
But you can more than welcome to try.
I go for the door.
Yeah.
Locked, unlocked.
It is locked.
You can take care of that.
I tried my key
Nope.
first.
Yeah, because I did bad.
Your key unlocks.
Yeah, I have the key for it.
Like, I'd like
She
to
wants-
go in the rooms and investigate the
yeah.
rooms.
Aoife, roll. Give me a knowledge arcana check.
Arcana.
Just arcana. Just not knowledge
got you.
arcana.
Yeah, I got you. Oh, fuck.
Okay.
Crappy rolls today.
Yeah, that's not a great roll. Okay. The door opens up. And you see...
I don't notice anything.
Yeah, you don't notice anything. With an 11. Stop it, you.
I try.
It's a very plain looking room. There's the bed, the little chest for whatever you want to put in it, a wardrobe area. It's just a very modest looking sleeping area. Who
I'd
all?
like to follow in and
Okay.
look at like the bed
That makes
under
sense.
the little pillow and those types of things.
Okay.
Investigation.
I'm kind of looking around, but
Yeah,
not trying
11.
very hard.
Did you actually
Any-
go in?
Mhm.
Tito will go in. He's gonna investigate so hard.
Hell yeah.
He got a 10.
I feel you.
I got a 4.
Am I allowed to
I got a
investigate
rock.
outside of my Arcana check?
Yeah. Yeah,
Or
yeah.
okay, I don't want to,
Yes,
mess you
you
up.
may.
Better rolls, better rolls, better rolls. Ooh, that's a way better roll.
Nice.
Woo! 24. I notice nothing when I walk in, but I see things.
So, Eva, as you walk in, you're looking and you're searching under, you're like looking under the mattress. You're checking the loose tiles on the wall, on the floor. Aoife's doing a much better. Tito's like kind of sitting on the bed and bouncing and looking around a little bit.
That's
Boren
Tito.
is joining him.
Two
Oliver
little monkeys.
Oliver's definitely trying not to look with looking, so Oliver's like leaning up against the wall. Oliver's trying to be respectful.
Just keeps inspecting the door.
And you can't put your finger on it, Aoife, but this room is just unnaturally wrong.
Oh, that's not cool. I haven't seen any. Oh, I have seen somebody use magic. Deputy Lucy.
Wait, what's
She's not there.
Hang on.
Deputy Lucy! I'm like yelling.
Where are you,
Lucy.
Lucy?
Response.
I rolled a 13 on sneak. That they probably noticed me sneak if it's that low, huh?
I
Yeah,
didn't.
yeah, they do notice that for sure.
Okay, I was creeping over to the
Well,
altar.
you know what? You're pretty far away. No, they have no idea. Their room is like underground a little bit where they are.
Yeah, I stuck over to the main altar.
So,
I was
You,
messaging you.
they don't notice you sneak to the altar because Aoife,
She's
you know
gonna
what?
Test something.
I don't think Aoife noticed also because you kind of stayed behind a little bit, and so it wasn't even like all you had to do was like lag a little bit and then you shink. So yeah, they don't see you sneak over to the altar, and you are at the altar now.
I want to kneel at it,
Okay.
and I want to pray the prayer I pray every morning that I learned from my cult books. The obeisance of glorious preservation, which is the prayer you do every morning to Andaletta.
Okay. You feel almost like someone has come up behind and then just put a nice warm blanket over
Nice.
your shoulders.
It was you. I'm sorry I was mean.
I imagine maybe around this time I probably went to go look for her.
This is where I get stabbed in the ribs, just
And
like.
and then
the-
you
No,
hear
I'll-
Lucy, where are you?
Look around. Do I see
Deputy
anyone
Lucy.
around me?
No, but you hear it came from your left and like down where they went.
I want to now look at the altar.
Okay,
Just try to see if there's any signs or anything, symbols that. Is that investigation?
sure, yeah.
Or is it religion? Got 19 investigation.
19 investigation's pretty good. You don't. I mean, so what are you looking for?
Just like what are the kind of symbols in it? What do they mean? Do I recognize anything from my readings? And what does this altar seem to be used for? Because altars are for some sort of sacrifice. I want to make sure it's a bloodless sacrifice. Like, because you can tell from like the kind of like, are there grooves for blood, or is there something for oil to go on it instead? Does it look like there's been animals on it? Does I smell burning? What kind of sacrifice is this? Because there's an altar, there's a sacrifice, even if it's a
Sure.
symbolic one.
It looks like it's for symbolic sacrifices. It doesn't seem to be designed to murder people.
It's not designed, so it looks like it's designed for like putting like grain on it and putting oil through grooves that go down. Is there an actual like monetarily like is there something being relinquished?
The
or is
way
it-
it looks like the way that it's designed is it's a flat platform with grooves around the side, but the grooves don't drain. And then it's almost like the four corners of a pyramid all pointed kind of at the middle but it doesn't look like it's made to like you're not supposed to stab someone down on there because it's the corners and people aren't that big. So and then there's ornate drawings around the altar, but they don't really mean anything to you. And so it looks like it is designed
Like kind of like arabesque kind of stuff, like.
kind of, but like it's just kind of meaningless to you. It looks almost like
Are they geometries my mind cannot comprehend?
I mean, you don't get woozy reading them.
Do they say?
No. Just, you're just they're kind of pretty, but they don't really mean anything to you. And at this point, Oliver comes up, and you see her looking at the altar.
I'll kneel next to you.
I think this is an Andaletta shrine. Have you ever prayed the obeisance of glorious preservation?
Did they teach us something like that?
I mean, you have prayers, but not that one.
No, not one like that. We have different ones, and I'll, do one of the common ones.
Just
Does that sound familiar to me? Does it have like a similar kind of? I think the one I pray is like a litany.
yeah,
kind of
his is like that. The mother of all, protect us and keep us through the harsh times. It's that kind of almost fluff.
Like, oh, sure. I think I felt the mother of all's presence.
You felt it all.
Do I feel that? Yeah.
Well,
I've
you felt the mother of all's presence before. A lot of the times when
She's on
you
board.
use your powers, or a lot of the times when like that time where your week-long paladin training.
I've kind of like someone kept a blanket by a fire and then held
exactly.
you with it or something. Yeah,
It came
it's
from behind.
Giggity.
like someone was wrapping you with it, if that's what you mean.
Yeah, what else could I possibly mean?
Okay, of course. Yeah, it's interesting with everything going on. Never really. This has seemed like a good thing in the
Maybe it's
time that
totally
they've been
unrelated
here
to the church.
until now.
So, you three,
Seems hard to.
as you're standing in the room, you start to all get a little bit lightheaded and a little bit woozy.
I would like to cast a spell if I'm able to while getting into that state.
Sure.
I'm going to use Pass Without a Trace
Okay.
just to see if there is some sort of magic that is watching and trying to fuck around. At that time of me casting that, I will look to Orin and Tito and be like, I understand everybody has their own ideals on religion, and I don't always agree with all of them. I try not to disagree with most of them, but this is not right. There is something wrong here. This does not feel right.
What's it feel like?
Tito,
Bad.
Tito, you feel a little bit woozy. You know the feeling after you've got on like a merry-go-round or a roller coaster ride and spun around a bunch, and then you got off, and it's like the wooziness is starting to subside, and you're still like you're not spinning anymore, but your stomach doesn't feel good. Do you get that? Is that just a me
That's
thing?
how Tito feels?
Dude,
Yeah, it's how you.
Dude, trampolines, after you get off a trampoline and you still feel like you're bouncing
Or
when you are walking.
or kind of like if you ever walked on a treadmill and then you get off and it still kind of feels like you're running. You kind of feel like that. Borin, you as well. It's pretty uncomfortable.
And so we should leave?
Don't even know what to say at that. Is there a portion of this room? Because again, when I did the investigation, I mean, I noticed that things just didn't feel right. This didn't feel like, it was off in the room. Is there a radiating spot that gives me more of the heebie-jeebies than another?
Nope.
Cool. Okay. Do you mind keeping them busy for a moment? And I'll point towards where the altar and everything is.
We're kneeling.
Yeah, Lucy and Oliver are just having like a really in-depth conversation.
Are you, Boren and Tito, okay doing that?
What? Oh yeah, sure. Why not?
Absolutely.
As they go to leave, everything in this is wood, right?
I mean, there's like the stone floor. Not all. It's not made entirely of wood. There's stone as well, but like the cross beams and whatnot are wood.
Is it actually a lot of willow, or is it like certain things are willow?
A lot of
Is
beams.
there actually willow tree wood?
Oh yeah, the beams are all like the structural supports are all willow. I mean, there's also like a little bit extra. There's some iron added to it to brace more, so the building doesn't fall apart. But a lot of the wooden beams that are used are willow. Is willow. So they leave, I assume, to go to. We'll go with you two. We'll go to Aoife. What are you doing, Aoife?
I just, for one, I want to see if it gets worse on me as they leave. Like if it's a more concentration, if with a singular person versus 3.
Okay.
Any change in that?
It doesn't feel like it, but it does like where now. You're starting to feel a little bit more woozy.
Is there a holy symbol in here in this room where the clerics would stay?
No.
Odd. I'm gonna cast Firebolt
Okay.
at the beds just to see if it actually takes.
Okay.
Does it?
No.
So I can't cast magic in here.
Well, you do cast Firebolt, and it goes poof, and it hits the bed, but the bed doesn't seem to respond.
Do we hear that? Do her?
You
have
yeah,
that
you
spell.
would hear that.
Eva's in
Yes.
trouble as a deputy and his protector.
And as you guys go upstairs, Lucy basically runs into you, kind of, not like enough to knock you over, but running towards you. You also hear this casting of a spell, and then an impact.
Eva's in trouble. I'm running down.
Well, Tina's gonna run too.
All right, and you guys
Yeah,
run.
we're sprinting.
Aoife's standing in the room alone. No
I'm
harm.
gonna cast it
Oh,
again.
good, you killed him.
Try again.
She-
And my hands like finger guns. So I'm shooting my own firebolt. Where's the perp?
and she casts Firebolt again onto the bed, and it hits the bed.
I do too.
But the bed doesn't seem to.
Tina's gonna jump kick
this-
this bed.
There's.
I'm gonna look at Oliver as he goes to go mid jump, like as Tito goes to jump kick. This is a farce. This whole thing's a farce.
Oliver's not actually there.
Oh shit! You didn't run.
No, Oliver's still at the altar having kind of like a not
Come
a
to God
midlife
moment?
crisis, but like a breakdown of like what the fuck is going on? Is all this real? Like
Yeah,
now
you're
I have
having
this
an
other person
existential
who's yeah, I'm having an existential crisis, and didn't
Who's
hear
so
any
bad
of
she
that.
left you?
I'm still talking like you're next to me. I didn't even notice.
Wow.
I've got
Sorry,
mage
Oliver.
hand, and I want to lift up the bed with it.
Hang
Just
on.
to kind of interact.
Hang on. I heard laughing. It was nothing. Never, ignore me.
Was you letting Andaletta into your heart?
I'm really trying to find a way to say I need to pay the Andaletta toll. Like Thol Andaletta, you know what I'm saying? And then
When we're back at the present game,
you are
we'll
able to
remember this.
interact with the bed. You move the bed. I mean, you sat on the bed. You move it.
So if I move it and lift it away, is there like a holy symbol etched underneath it?
No.
Maybe they have like a protection magic in here.
I've never come across a means
What
of
did you see?
magic that felt like this? Or is
So,
she
like,
being
what,
affected
did
too?
someone try to hurt you? Is someone here?
So, Lucy, as you are standing in the, you in the room, right?
Yeah, I would have ran right because I was
Yeah.
trying to protect Aoife as a deputy should.
Yeah. You feel normal, fine.
Shun the non-believers.
What was that?
That was out of character, right?
Yeah, that was definitely out of character.
Shun the non-believers.
Do you not feel ill? Like almost like you've spun in circles and tried to stop.
My tummy's kind of growling. I didn't eat enough this morning, and I really wish I had drank that tea.
Tito, are you still feeling it?
Tito, are you
Yeah.
going back in the room, Tito?
Oh yeah.
He was
Okay.
drop kicking the bed or something.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you're
Yeah.
right. You drop kick the bed, and the bed cracks a little bit. A lot of bit.
We're almost there, guys.
You're starting to feel that wooziness return though.
It's coming back. We gotta defeat this before it defeats us.
Defeat what? What's happening? It's just a bed.
bed.
I'm really confused.
There's something in this room that isn't right, and it seems to be fine with you being here. Does your
But maybe it's okay.
grandmother God have evilness against people who don't believe?
No, okay, so she's like any grandmother. If you do something bad, she can be pretty stern. There's always a way back.
I did nothing besides walk into the room before, and this happened, and then I threw magic, and it's still happening. So
Maybe
would she
it's
punish
because
me
we
just for
weren't
walking in the
invited.
room?
Give me a Constitution check, kids.
Shit. I don't remember. I don't think. Maybe I'm okay. Maybe not.
You throw up.
I'm sorry, Lucy. You're the one I'm looking at. I'm probably getting on your shoes.
Oh,
I'm so sorry.
Prestidigitation. Did you drink any of the tea?
No, I didn't. I just held on to it. It's this room. I didn't feel this way beforehand.
Okay, why don't you just go into my mage hand? Just get you out of here.
I don't. I weigh more than 10 pounds, I do believe, dear. I can't just be.
Lucy
I
had
let,
her
I let the
mind,
mage hand.
like-
I let the mage hand lift the back of my cloak as I step out the room to make Lucy feel better.
That's really funny.
And the little pinky goes up in the mage hand. 'cause it's cold. Do you feel better now?
Almost immediately, the sensation leaves your body.
Fuck that room.
So, but it may not be Andaletta herself, because why wouldn't it be at the altar? Why would it be in the room? So this could be a bad cleric.
I think that's like a rotation of clerics that they say it was different people come to lead the sermons, and or is it always the same one?
It's the
Where's the
He and I
fancy
were at
guy?
the altar.
So
We had a bit of a theophany. We had a bit of experience of Andaletta, and we were enjoying it. And I'm pretty sure the mother of all is Andaletta, who I've been reading about in all these books.
keep an eye on them for me, dear, since I see that you're not being, affected. I'm gonna go find your friend and have a conversation with Andaletta at the altar.
so Oliver, what are you doing? You're at the altar.
Just going
Qu-
through it, like
quest-
just trying to. One of my family members died in the small community yesterday. Now I'm questioning everything I've known. How long have they been here? How long has the church and everything been here?
Oh,
Oh,
not us, the church.
Oh,
Good.
like a couple years.
Like everything
Like-
I've known over the past few years, like everything seems to be crumbling around me, and I'm just like, I don't know what's real and like why I'm here and what I did to deserve this. So I'm just kind of like lost in thought, I suppose.
You see it.
So Lucy joining your religion makes you fall apart? Is that how bad Lucy is?
I think it's just like the you telling me it's something else, and like obviously there's signs that this is not good, but like I'm trying, like they've been so helpful, and like they've, it's everything doesn't make sense. And I'm not a very smart or wisdomic person, so.
You you come to into the room, and I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Oliver
go
is now
time.
the big bad.
Now I'm level 8.
Oh, that would have been the coolest twist. I wish I were smarter. Could you imagine if I worked that out? Oh man. Anyways.
5 levels of paladin and 3 levels of warlock would have fucked you guys up pretty hard.
Yeah.
One shot.
21 AC.
One shot
and...
each. It's just. Yeah, I'd give it. You get legendary actions and.
I get a power for being the mayor.
Like the mayor and Buffy.
It's like call like will of the people.
Yeah.
Summon the villagers to come help you fight. Oh man.
Find
Dang.
out just how much of a cult it really is.
I'm not that smart though.
Also, it wouldn't make sense for
Also,
my character.
it wouldn't make
Yeah,
any
it could
sense.
be you.
I've ruined your character.
No, it could have been someone possessing.
He was a gnome all along.
There's a gnome that comes out of me when you kill me.
Go what just happened,
Punches out of me.
guys?
Hello, my baby.
Oh, shit,
Hello,
what's
my
going on?
darling.
I've been waiting like 30 years to come out of that fucking guy.
We missed you.
So yeah, I'm just sitting there kind of going through it because of all of that.
That was very good.
Hang on, I'll be right back. You talk amongst yourself. I'll be right back.
So since these characters are different classes than our feature characters, if we keep going, we get a level up. I think Lucy's gonna take a level on cleric. Be an Andaletta cleric.
He said we probably weren't going to be in combat, so because I'm the mayor, I've just been giving myself a bunch of stuff that I probably shouldn't. Like I have plate armor and a +1 longsword. I thought there was something else too, but I can't remember it. Oh, I made myself level 4 instead of level 3. I've just been doing stuff.
Nice.
Sorry, the mayor's having a bad week this week.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely all falling apart. It makes sense.
It's another reason why you don't usually mix politics with religion, because then, you know, what side are you going on?
Exactly, which is all part of like he doesn't know what the hell to do. Like,
What are we gonna do
If
when we
this
get back?
church is bad, we could just set her on fire.
Well, I was kind of hoping that it was wooden in there, and since it was at the base, it would just burn the whole thing up, and I was going to cast Fireball, but you know what?
It is destroyed in the future. Something happened to it. Isn't it like a burnt out husk when we visited in the future? Only
Oops.
Lucy wanted to look at it.
I think.
oh, is it the same one that we like after we came out of the
think it is.
portal?
Yeah, I think it's that place. I think that I'm pretty sure because that seems so special. I'm pretty sure it's this town.
Oh.
Uh-oh. my
Oliver
bad.
doesn't know something about it. Well, I figured they did a ritual, and that's what made you into Gnome Oliver. And that's how, like, I wonder, because we were fighting her coming into the world. Arkwich was coming into the world.
Mm.
I wonder if the rituals here are part of starting that.
Possibly. Yeah. All right. I'm maybe the reason that I got sent to Arkwich is that this happens and then I start to not go with it anymore. That would be that would make sense why I ended up in Arkwich is like realizing what's going on and then not being cool with that anymore, and then they dispose of me by sending me to another plane of existence.
I figured it was Lucy reading her occult books is why she got like drawn in.
Sorry.
So, you good?
Yeah, I had to go pee and say goodnight to my kids.
That's good. No broken bones on the way.
No, I'm good. Yeah, yeah, they do, don't they? Evie broke her finger. She wants to show you.
Oh.
Have I shown
Damn.
you guys the?
I don't think a finger's supposed to look that way.
Oh, dude.
Are you punching walls?
Do you want to see the X-ray?
Her finger tried to yeet the wrong way.
Dude, oh my
What's
word.
her whole arm wrapped up?
Oh yeah, here you go. All right.
Ew.
Oh,
Yeah.
Gross.
Yeah. She walked. So I don't even hear it happen. And she walks over because she was in my office trying to rile Shep up. She runs out the door, and then she walks back in and goes, "Dad, I think something's wrong." That's what she says to me, and I look, and my initial response is, "Oh."
No.
no, that's normal.
I thought I considered like popping it in, but I didn't do it. I took her to the ER. She had
urgent care.
she had a fracture, and you know what they did though? You know what they did? They popped it back in place.
Yeah.
Mhm, but what if you broke it more?
That's why I didn't.
Yeah.
She didn't even get pain medicine. They're like, "Do you want a shot? It'll hurt like a bee sting." And she's like, and I'm like, you know, I could just try. And then I was like, it's probably like pulling a tooth. And I was like, yeah, it's a lot like pulling a tooth. And he was like, oh, I do that all the time. Pop it back in place. And the guy, bam. And she doesn't make she goes, that was the noise she made, just a sharp inhale. No screaming, no pain.
She's a beast.
And the doctor's like, it looks a little, I'm gonna, pop. No noise, just a sharp inhale. And she's like, oh, it feels a lot better.
Yeah.
Yeah. How many
That's
of
where it's
us?
supposed to be.
Yeah, that's crazy. She didn't get hurt. She's so awesome.
She is a beast.
Well, now next time,
absolutely.
you can just do that.
Yeah. Now, if it were me, if I ever dislocate my finger, I'm just gonna go. Anyways, she's pretty cool. Oliver having a crisis of faith. Lucy finding her faith.
We're going to have to deal with this when we get back in the future. We know all the things. And I'm like, oh, yeah. I've been. I was saying my headcanon is that ruined church we found when we got out of the portal in Barkovia. I think that's this place. A ritual did something.
Do I notice any change as I approach the altar where Oliver's having his midlife crisis?
Not really.
How far are the stained glass windows from where I am?
About 40-ish feet. 50 feet.
I'll approach the altar next to him
Mm-hmm.
and just kind of kneel. I don't want to touch Oliver since he seems to be in a thing. But I'll kneel next and do a head bow and just kind of vibe for a second.
Mm.
Am I feeling any warm, comforting blankets as I'm thinking about who the fuck this all mother is?
Nothing. What are you doing, Tito and Born? You guys chilling?
Well, I'm there with them. And I want to press him down and hand it to Tito and say, I'm sorry. And it's a ticket for damaging the bed.
What are you sorry for?
She hands you a piece of paper that she has like this little notepad. She writes it on a piece of paper, pulls it off, and hands it to you. Goes, I'm sorry. It's a ticket for vandalism in a church.
Why are you sorry?
Because you're a deputy.
Because I'm a deputy and I have to do this.
She's charging you for breaking the
it
bed.
It says Tito for vandalism, and then like 5 gold fine.
No, I think it's like a 5 copper fine to replace the bed. And
Oh yeah,
1 night in jail.
absolutely
or
gonna pay this someday.
Someday.
I shouldn't tell you this, but if you wait 48 hours, it won't matter anymore.
I'll make sure it's well paid
Yeah.
before then.
Hearing you kind of kneel near me, I will kind of break out of it, and as the stereotypical male figure in a power position would do, I act like I was just dozing off or deep in thought, and I just get up and head back down to where we were.
Before you leave, since my passive is pretty high and I knew what you were doing to begin with, I'll cough, and under my breath as I'm kneeling, I'll say, "It's all right if it's a farce and you believed it. It's what you do with that knowledge that helps." And I'll stay kneeling while he walks away.
I'll go back into the room and try to do a better job at investigating this time.
Yeah, sure.
When he
Natural
comes
20.
Wow.
Gonna say when he comes back in the room, I'm gonna stand up and ask what he's looking at.
Wait, hold on. Do you have a +0 to investigation?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
Man.
Me too.
talented, not good at stuff.
Yeah.
Me hit stuff with sword.
That's I hate to do this to you, Oliver. I really like to give those 20s something meaningful. You feel real nice, though. It feels good in here. It feels comforting. You feel okay. But you don't find anything.
I'll just
Besides
sit
the
down on the
broken bed.
bed,
Besides a
And-
broken the bed, as
Yeah.
you sit in the bed, goes,
and it breaks.
yeah.
Yeah.
Sure, that's already been dealt with. The perpetrator, who I don't think needs to be named, he's paying a fine to pay for the bed.
It's fine. Did we find anything in here?
I've been pardoned. I take it from Tito and rip it.
Did we
Oh,
ever
man.
actually look inside of that toolbox? I don't think we did. Yeah, I'd like to go back to the tools and kind of look around that area, open up the toolbox, see if
Your
there's
camera's
anything
your camera's
interesting.
frozen, by the way.
God damn it.
I'd like to take
Oh,
my
I thought he
natural
was just
20
happy.
to investigate the
It was
rest
a
of the
pretty good
church.
skill, though.
It was a great still, yeah. It took me a second to realize.
It looked very natural.
Very natural. Very
Can
incredibly natural.
I keep searching the other room while he's going to do that?
Sure.
Tito wants to find a rock.
I have a rock in my pocket bag that's named Rockington. It says I have a rock. I would like to throw the rock at the stained glass window when I have a chance when nobody's out here.
Okay.
Well, that's what Tito is gonna do.
Christ.
When Lucy hears that, she's gonna have to run to wherever the rock.
Yeah.
Well, he wasn't gonna
You won't be
announce
here
it,
in time
though.
to see where it came from, so.
So we share the.
So Boren, so because of what Boren said, as you, Boren screwed
Oh,
up
no.
our position again. No, I'm Boren.
I think when he-
I'm Boren. I'm
when he
going
comes back, I
upstairs.
think
I gotta play. Should we wait for Boren to fix his camera? Oh.
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 Oh, that's not Boren.
Oh.
Things are happening.
Hey. Oh. Oh.
Is everything
Um,
back in place at least?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. What happened? You okay? All right. Well.
I have no idea. I'm doing things.
All right.
Do the other room while we're waiting for him if you want.
Yeah, Oliver. Thank you. Good idea. That's really smart of you. You're a smart person. Appreciate that.
My intelligence is 8.
Yours, mine too. As you walk into the room, it's very similar. It's just a nice little bedroom. Nothing spectacular about it. Kind of standard, just like the other one.
Having these recent revelations, can I try to take a look at things from a different perspective of they could be hiding something? Can I feel the walls? Can I check the drawers, the chests?
We will say you don't need to roll investigate. We'll give you that natural 20 to carry over. Still, I mean, I'll give you this. As you're checking, it just feels. You don't feel wrong being in here. You still feel nice and comforted, and no, I've been in here before. But you can't put your finger on it, but it just as you're looking and as you're checking and as you're investigating, it's like something is. It's like that feeling that you're being watched, but you're alone, kind of. And now you're alone, and you've been here by yourself before, but like this feels kind of different.
So, can I summon my hexblade weapon to my hand in the room and see if anything, like it reacts to anything, or like can I don't know. Is it like, does bringing it out seem to do anything?
No, bringing it out does nothing. But you, is it light? What does it look like? It's like
I didn't have the god picked when we made this. Like,
it's like a blade of, it's like a black blade that almost looks like it has raven wings on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Am I there?
No.
In the room. Okay.
What were you
I
doing,
will
Lucy? You were what were you?
unsummon it.
When I was in the cleric room with Warren and Tito.
Oh, and then Tito's leaving. Boren left, I think, a while ago because he hadn't been doing anything. So I was going to give Boren his action.
And then Oliver came to this room, so I probably would have followed him.
Oh, so then, then he does that, and you see that.
Or would you have
Lucy.
told me? Would you told me not to go? Would you want it to be secret?
No.
Like, it's Grandmother Crow.
Great. And then I unsummon the sword.
Lucy's sad that her joining the religion makes Oliver no longer want to be in the religion.
It's just adding extra information that wasn't given to me is more so
that hurts deep.
The impetus to his concern.
You know when a dog gets sad and their tail goes, is that what happens to Lucy? Yeah. Lucy literally wears her heart in her tail.
Imagine,
I imagine I can see that.
On an older guy who's really cool,
yeah,
and you're like, you're gonna go to church with him. He's like, oh, I don't want to go to church anymore.
If I can, I'm just to make sure I have the timeline. Do I have kids yet?
Yes.
Okay, so I imagine I would probably pick that up from her then. So on the way out the door, I will take a deep kneel in front of her to try to get down to eye level, and put my hand on her shoulder and say, it's not you, it's that I wasn't told what I'm actually doing.
Could it be that it's the same God but a different church? I'm just finding stuff in old books.
No, I think that they probably know what you know, and they didn't tell me. I'm pretty confident. So I just want you to know that this isn't about you. This is just that my life has been a lie for years, and that I'm being played, I think. So.
Do you need a hug?
Yes, please.
She gives him a hug. And when we find out more about this place, I want to cast Comprehend Languages, and I want to look at the altar again.
Before you go, he makes eye contact with you again, and he said, I would be proud if one of my daughters was as capable and intelligent as you are.
Dang, Lucy.
I'm going to be the best deputy I can ever be. I'm going to go, and I'm going to investigate this, and I bet your daughters are wonderful, and I'm going to...
They're just younger than you. That they, I'm just saying I'm proud of how you're acting here. Very composed.
She's trying not to cry.
So, Aoife, as you're getting ready to throw something, Boren comes upstairs, and he starts digging through the wood, the chest, the tool chest.
I'll look to him, and still while digging in my pouch, still grab Rockington, kind of look at him, see that he has initiative that he's following out and not really paying attention to me, and I will hold Rockington up and say quietly but ominously, I don't know what you are. I don't know anything about you as a god, But if this is your holy place and you are responsible for the death of someone who was just questioning, you're no better than what I've been through. And I will take Rockington the Rock and I will throw for the window with all my might.
Awesome. So Boren, you're rifling. Roll your investigate.
I don't like that. 15 minus 1. 14.
Okay. As you start to, this is like secondhand for you. You're a dwarf. You've seen workman tools. This is kind of your thing. It's wood, little bit different, but not really. And so like as you open it and you're like, you know what? Yes, something's wrong. This isn't something's up with this tool chest. You don't entirely know what, but you know that there's something going on with this little workman chest. And then you hear the shattering of glass behind you. And
Gonna turn.
the stained glass is broken and it
Guys, I think we're under attack. What's going on?
Do we hear that downstairs?
You hear that downstairs. Tito comes up next, then Lucy, then Oliver.
I would say, as they start yelling about that we're under attack, I'll say, it's just me trying to piss off the god.
Oh, you're gonna get fined.
I have
You need to go talk to the deputy.
the sword
That's
I have
okay, though,
sheathed is
because
a
in
long
48
sword.
hours, you don't have to pay it.
Yeah, but
Nice.
I'm here as well. So the sword I have sheathed is a long sword, but you see me come upstairs with an all black, kind of in the feathered hilt of a great sword instead.
I'll
like we're
throw
about
my
to
cloak
fuck some
back
shit
a
up.
little bit and have a hand toward a dagger, unknowing whether or not I can trust you at this point, since you seem to be connected to the religion. Are we good?
Is there any particular reason that we're breaking things?
I'm just trying to see why some of us are experiencing one thing and some of the others are not. That room is not right. There is something negative about this. It's unnatural. And yet, poor Lucy seemed to be unaffected by it.
I'm not unaffected by the emotion of this, though.
Lucy,
Is she gonna hand me a ticket? I'll read
There's
the
like hearts
ticket.
on it and stuff too.
That's harsh but fair.
And then she wants
That's
to
Lucy.
give. Do I have some money on me? Did Father give her some money for
Yeah,
traveling?
yeah.
She wants to handle like some gold to Oliver. I'd like to pay on her behalf.
Oh no. I'll deal with my own mistakes on my own, but I don't feel like it's a mistake when I'm trying to help people. But yes, I think I accept. Is that something you say when you get a ticket? I accept the ticket, and I will figure it out.
I think if we're trying to figure out if something is wrong, which obviously something is off, I agree. Damaging the place that the clerics are going to come back to, where we need them to still have some trust in parts of the community to potentially get more information, it may not look the best to have broken parts of the church that they helped us build.
I think your trust in the fact that they gave you money to build this is the bigger issue. How much money have they put into you, from what I understood from your wife and others, that they've rebuilt the town?
They've
It
paid
seems like
for
they're
raw
paying you for
materials.
your. It seems like they're paying you for your subservience to their will.
I mean, they're paying me to take care of things when they're not here.
Are they paying you to cover up your cousin's murder?
Now I will point my greatsword at you.
oh,
Excuse me?
I'm
You come
asking
into
you
my
justly.
town, in my church, that I have been taking care of for 3 years, and you think I murdered my cousin.
No, I said they're paying you to cover it up, not that you did it.
What's the fucking difference?
Did you stab him? You weren't there, were you?
But you think I'd be okay with someone murdering my family in my town and letting them get away with it? That's what you're telling me right now. That's the kind of man that you've assessed me to be.
I've made no such assumptions. I'm saying in general,
That's exactly
this
what
town.
you just did.
Oh no, that's you putting words into my mouth.
Okay, that seems manipulative and unfair. Everyone out of the church now, please. We don't have anything else to search here. Or, Boren, did you find anything in the toolbox?
This toolbox is not right. I don't know what is wrong, but there is something amiss here, and you need to let us keep looking if you want to find out what happened to your cousin.
Has anyone found anything in the entire time that we've been here? Have I not been helping look?
All of us almost threw up in that room, and
Okay.
this toolbox, I'm trying to figure out what's going on here.
We take it
We
with
need
us.
to keep looking.
You can absolutely take it with you.
How
Are there
much
any
has
other
been
rooms that we need to look at?
Toolbox.
Aoife sits down.
Are there any
There
remaining
wasn't.
rooms that we need to look through at all?
Don't believe.
Or have we been through all of them, DM?
You, there is still the poker room where you were playing. You haven't been into, which is kind of like a mess hall.
Okay, I storm off toward that because that's the one remaining place we haven't looked at.
Okay.
Did you
Oh,
check
well
the
then.
secondary bedrooms? You said there were multiple cleric rooms or just
I don't
one?
answer.
I was talking to God in general over table.
Don't call me that. I don't want to be that.
Wait, you go and get it?
Don't call me that. I've made a mess of things. there's so much player confrontation. I'm not comfortable with it.
Oh, I'm good.
Oh, good.
We're good.
Woo!
I'm not upset.
Woo!
Do
It's
you
just
think
characters.
You won't remember when we go to future games. They're like different people.
All right.
Yeah, close enough.
You, there would be two more rooms that haven't been investigated, and then there's the mess hall. So you have two more rooms that are on the same side as the sleeping areas, and then you have the eating place. So
If
I
he
go
stormed
to that
toward the
room.
mess hall, and that's where you're heading is the mess hall.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Boren, roll
I'll
your
head to the opposite
investigation.
room.
12.
Yeah. So knowing something's off, you find it. It's basically a very intricate, well-made hidden compartment at the base of the toolbox, and you lift out the tray, and then you slide up a piece just a fraction, and then you push forward, which lets you lift up the other side, which lets you slide it the other way, and then fully pull out that piece, and you lift up, and then there is inside the little tiny air can't think of compartment, a little hidden compartment, and there is a note in that compartment.
That's what we were looking for.
Lucy, the altar doesn't say anything.
That's what I figured. But I had that for an hour. I comprehended languages for an hour.
Beautiful. And there's a couple there is I got locked out. My computer went to sleep. There is a small stack of papers, a very small stack of papers. You can't fit that much there, and that's what you find. Aoife, you go down, and the rooms are locked. Tito, what are you doing? You want like lockpick if you have it, or how are you gonna get in? Are you going with Aoife then, Lucy?
Wait, what rooms?
There's two more. There was two more sleeping quarters.
I thought you said there was only two.
I said two more.
Oh, well, I would have looked through those before
Oh.
I probably... Oh, no, there's a broken window. I would have came upstairs.
Yeah.
Yeah, now that somebody else broke the window, Tio's just gonna join them in searching.
Okay. Are you going with Oliver or Aoife, or Lucy, or Boren?
You'll go with Oliver.
Well,
All right.
I think I'm with Bourne because the altar is near the toolbox,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yes, you are. But Boren's fiddling with the toolbox. Are you gonna stay with him?
If I see papers, I might ask like,
Okay.
So I just cast a spell that lets me read anything. So if you need any help
Okay.
from Deputy
We will-
Lucy, I'm here.
We will go with Aoife first.
Hold on a second. I need to roll because I don't know for sure how this would go, and I don't want to. Yeah, okay. She's not going to break the door. She's not going to burn the door down, which is something that she thought about. If she can't get into the door, she's going to go back downstairs and head toward wherever Boren was with the tools and look for maybe something within Garrett's toolbox to open the door without having to ask Oliver for help.
Perfect. I'm glad this is a pass game. This is going great.
I don't know what he would do. There's no other reaction that I think a person would have in that situation.
That's right. Hey, it's all good. We will now go with Oliver. You go into the mess hall area where you've been often before, and there's 2 long tables and benches, some candles on the wall, torches on the wall for some light. It's a very basic eating quarter, nothing spectacular, but it's where the clerics eat.
Is there anything in the room that seems off, or like that is a particularly significant piece of iconography of the religion or anything like that?
Not really. There's no iconography. The only, even in like the main hall, there's the stained glass, but there's no real imagery in the church at all.
Okay. With tears streaming down his face, he will throw the greatsword across the room, just at something,
Okay.
and then just start looking at the exact opposite side of the room from wherever he threw it.
Okay. So Eva, as you come back up, you and everyone else hears the clatter of, you know, a commotion coming from the mess hall area.
Shit.
Amir's in trouble. She's a good deputy.
And you run down there and you see a table basically like just broken in half. The sword is like sticking through it. And Oliver is
Orally looking for things on the other side of the room with no effect.
Oh.
Tito, are
I
you
pick up the
you
sword.
going also?
Oh yeah, Tito was originally going to be going with Oliver.
Born at this point, I guess this is where you finally open up the lid.
Yeah.
And Eva, you you see some tools that possibly could help. You unlock a door.
Or say if he's opening and finding something as I'm grabbing tools, is that how this is going, or do I grab the tools
That would be how
while
that's
he's
going. As you're there to like you're looking, and he goes "Grr," and he opens it up the papers.
Oliver, I'm gonna yell. I think I found the note he was going to give you.
might as well wait for keys now.
Yeah, he'll take a
Hand the
minute.
sword. Oliver, and pick the sword up. Is it too heavy for me?
It's a very light as a feather.
Pick it up, and I want to hand it to Oliver very respectfully. Like, you drop this, sir. I'm a good deputy.
I'll place my back toward the door that we came in, and I'm assuming that Oliver and them are coming
good
up the
girl.
stairs on the opposite direction of how we exit the building. Is that correct?
So doorway, altar, and then the rooms would be to your or doorway, altar, where you were. The rooms, the cafeteria. So he would come up some stairs.
Okay. Yeah, I'll make sure my back's to the door.
Okay.
I will take the greatsword and then make it disappear, and then hand Lucy my keys.
But without making eye
This is
contact.
deputy duty?
This is all without looking.
Yeah, just And then
I guess I'll go open doors. Is that where Aoife is?
I'm next to Boren, who just yelled that he found the paper that Oliver needs to see.
Oh, maybe we should go up and do that, and then look at the doors.
I'll be up
Sir
in
Mayor.
just a moment.
Is it Lord Mayor?
I don't care. It's all a fucking joke.
Mayor? Mayor? Oh, I don't think it's a joke. I think you're a good leader.
Thank you.
I would be your deputy if I didn't think otherwise.
I'll meet you up there in just a minute.
You wanted a backstory, right, Oliver?
Yeah, he's going through it. Yeah.
You can be okay. Are you sure? You won't be alone right now?
His voice is a little. Lucy, roll your insight. How insightful are you?
I don't know how low of a DC there can be, but this is gonna be pretty fucking low.
Got a 5.
I feel like that still passes.
His voice is definitely shaky. There's definitely something wrong.
It was like a
You know what?
DC 2.
Why don't we go up together?
Oh my goodness.
Just takes a deep sigh,
I don't think you should be alone right now.
and then he'll stand up.
You need me to get Aspen?
Not yet.
That's how serious it is, her jealousy. She's like,
Aw.
oh, get the way.
Oh,
Aww.
are you two going back upstairs now then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Lucy's gonna take a step behind because she's the deputy to the mayor.
You're not a deputy mayor. You're a deputy.
As a deputy to the
Deputy
mayor.
the
to the
mayor.
mayor. Yeah.
Okay.
Assistant to the regional manager.
So, Kits, you're waiting.
Mhm.
They come back up the stairs. Anyone that looks at Oliver can easily tell he has, in fact, been crying.
Oh, I pressed the dictation to his face.
Aw, you can still tell because, you know, Puffy, have you ever, Puffy red eyes?
He doesn't cry often either, so it's probably fucking going. It's a pretty happy life overall until everything fucking fell apart within the past 48 hours.
Shit.
You got a pretty cool deputy.
In
out
like
of it.
last 6 hours.
Yeah, well, no, someone died yesterday that was pretty important to me.
Aoife takes one more small step back
Oh, yeah.
toward the door. Clocks what Oliver looks like. Clocks that Lucy looks concerned for Oliver. And swallows her anger.
This is so much worse than intraperson relations in where you're from.
Oh, this feels about par at this point. I feel like I'm home all over again. Lord have mercy.
That's a positive thing.
Aoife will. I don't know. I guess depending on Oliver, is Oliver looking at people in the eye, or is Oliver?
Nope.
Nope. Okay. Well, she can't look him in the eye then to like nod as in like fuck, I'm sorry, but like so she'll just swallow her anger and
No, now he feels like a jackass
It's
as well for being an asshole to you. So
after you come.
It's okay.
Yeah, I hate that feeling.
yeah.
You know what's amazing, Oliver, is you're not the first to insult me or my people. Boren already did it.
To be fair, I wasn't insulting like your people. It was just
Me. I
the
know.
I felt
Okay.
Warren
accusational.
was planning a genocide.
Yeah. Oliver will still happily have you in his home and his inn.
What's a little death among friends at this point?
Holy
Like,
crap.
Yeah,
So,
I'll go
yeah.
to read the note.
yeah, I'll just wait patiently while
So a lot of it is like the scribbles of him as he pieces stuff together, and like there's definitely he thinks it's a cult, and as he's going through it, he overheard some conversation that he probably shouldn't have. Only parts
Between
of it.
who?
Some of the clerics, and then it looks like based on like the ink, it almost looks like he came back later and he crossed out cleric and then he wrote cultist. Like he came back and like nah, like as he learned more. But he overheard a conversation that was almost benign. But the way they were talking in secrecy, like almost like they were using coded language, like essentially they were talking about getting the bread for mother and fattening the harvest, fattening the sheep for the harvest, and just it very coded, but like so that's what he initially heard. It's like oh no. And then more the amount of evidence he's found really thinned out after that. Like he struggled finding information because basically he had a couple days out of the month to find something. He at one point he notes that he broke into their rooms. And he felt nauseous and uneasy, and he couldn't tell why. And it was only when he entered the room, he didn't find anything in there. He could touch and interact with everything as normal. And so then he moves on from there another way. And it's basically it almost reads like scribblings of a madman at this point. But like, you could tell he's starting to kind of get more frantic as time goes on, where the notes were starting to be very cohesive, and then they start to kind of he loses a little bit of his penmanship and that neat demeanor as he does this, and then with very little to go on as he progresses, and then he has like journal entries about I want to tell Oliver he's too in it. I must find something. I've told Garrett. He doesn't believe me, but he is supportive.
Garrett told Finn?
Finn. What did I say? Yeah, Finn. Thank you, Finn.
Okay.
He's told Alara. Alara screamed at him more than... She got more mad than anyone else. I've stopped telling people after Alara and I fight daily now about this. Even if I don't bring it up, she will bring it up for me. And he stopped sleeping in his house, is how bad it got. I'm sleeping. I made a little lean-to in the woods that I'm sleeping in, to get away from Alara. Then the last note is, it's just a paper with a bunch of gunk, just a bunch of gibberish. Can't read it.
Can I read it with my
You can read it, Lucy.
Are you reading this out loud? Or are you telling us this, or are you just taking?
I wouldn't be reading it out loud. No.
Would you be handing, or I just? What?
I think what I would do is I would read it, and then I would stand up and walk across the room, and with my head, kind of sunken in shame, and I would hand it to Aoife and say that you're right and I'm sorry, and then I would probably walk outside.
Shit.
What's he talking
She'll
about?
take it. Yeah. I'll quickly give it a read. Realize, what everything is except for the last page. The last page, I do have 2 other languages that I can read. So is it a specific language?
What languages?
So Elvish and Common are the normal ones, but then GoodKhaotic and Celestial are my other 2.
Nope.
Okay. Nope, I can't read it. So I'll hand it to Lucy because I know that she was
I can read it.
wanting to look at the altar. I don't know what she can read, but I know she wanted to read the altar, so I'll hand it to her. And as I hand it to her, I'll say, I probably shouldn't be the one to check on him. I
can go
Do
as soon
I?
as- but I have to keep. Well, have you told us what's in the content of the other notes? Because Lucy would like to know that.
I hand you the whole thing,
Oh,
all of it.
And then when she reads that, she says, I need to ask for his permission to take Alara into custody. I want to read the
Why?
last part.
The last part is
Because if he's avoiding her, yeah, it was the last part.
it is a
It's a Alara.
so as you look at the note of indecipherable script, it slowly the letters start to slowly morph and rearrange into something that just kind of makes sense to you, and it.
I'll read it out loud, whatever I read.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay, so let me do this right. Crap. Because
I do a wisdom save to see if I do that.
No, no, you're fine.
Or do you want to send it to me and I'll say what she would?
Yeah, that's
If it's
exactly
like
what I'm doing.
If it's like dark words where she realizes, oh, if I say this might do something, she might not do it. Could we like change to the Call of Cthulhu rules if this keeps going like this?
There's no-
a sanity meter.
Yeah,
So
if
there's-
you roll Sandy.
God, I can
That's
imagine.
a D6 game, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
I think I
It's a good game. There is no winning, only not dying.
Yeah, only not losing your fucking shit.
D6 games are actually really cool. My old boss, he was in the army, and they made their own D6 game and wrote a manual for it,
Wow.
and it ended up actually getting put in one of the libraries there.
Oh, nice. I just got corrected, by the way. It's not a D6, it's a percentile dice game.
No.
Sorry. Sniper's a Call of Cthulhu head, and we've played it several times, and I've never done anything good. I've always been either body slammed out a window to save the bad guy, or, never anything good.
Because you're trying to like roll under in Cthulhu, right? Like, if you have like a 60 and something, you need to get like a 59 or lower to succeed.
Yeah, it's a threshold. So like you have on your sheet like a number of where your like skill is, and you have to be within that threshold.
Okay, it's coming back to me a little bit.
All right. There you go.
Oh,
Okay.
oh, I can't say this out loud.
Sorry. What? What?
Whisper it to me and I'll say it out loud. It's fine.
I think I should paraphrase it because these words have power. So
It only
when
has
you
power
say
if you
that-
believe in it.
That's definitely how magic
Yes,
works.
I should not be the one saying this.
You know what I'm saying?
Let it bad. Seems so nice.
Oh.
It's a curse that sends someone to the abyss. And it's done by the will of the speaker. So I wonder if this is the plan. If they're going to do a sacrifice for the bread of the people, I think they're trying to cast this whole town into the void.
Hi, Oliver.
I don't
Good thing Oliver left. This might be a little bit too much.
I don't like to think really bad things. But it seems like we arrived at the cusp of something horrific, and
I think it's taking souls out of people.
mm,
Yeah. And it's about the outer darkness, the darkness that's outside of the earth. I think it's like when you look up at the sky, you know how it's like dark at night? I think there's something from
Oh.
beyond there, from beyond the stars. Like
There are
in the
many-
silence out there.
there's many things that are beyond that. Maybe let's not think too deeply into this, because like you said, it is things that could be bad, right?
Maybe it's not
Also-
Andaletta. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe the cult is different, but this is a cult.
Maybe they're
just joined the
using
cult.
her as a well. Oh, dearest, I don't think that way. No. You were interested in her for good reason. And maybe these people are zealots that are just...
It could be heretics.
Yeah.
How do you unjoin a cult? I've never joined a cult before.
To be fair, you only said you wanted to. There's been no cleric to welcome you in and make you official.
But I prayed and I felt Andaletta
Haven't you prayed to Andaletta before?
every day, every morning.
Did you ever feel the same thing you felt this time?
Have I chaos? No.
You,
No.
Lisa is the most vulnerable population. I meant Lucy. Lucy is the most vulnerable population. You one day, half a day, man. You were here for half a day.
No, she's been praying this for a long time. Remember, she found out in her
But
cult
this is
book?
the first time you've prayed it here and felt it.
Yeah, it's
I have
the
a
first.
question for you. Do we not, you know our past games were Pathfinder and Arkwich?
Mhm.
Do we have amnesia? Am I remembering this now? Because when we started the Arkwich games, I was all pro Andaletta and she's great because I was choosing a Pathfinder god. I had no clue this is the big bad because you'd kept that secret. So
There's no way we didn't have amnesia.
okay, that's what I want to make sure.
You
'cause,
definitely don't
if I know
remember
this-
this.
okay, because then Lucy makes no sense in our first few games with her.
I'll gently touch Lucy's shoulder. There's always a way to undo it once you have the right will. So we'll figure it out, okay? We'll
I think we
figure
need
it
to keep
out.
this. It's proof that this is happening, but no one can have it because I don't know where he
It
found
needs to
So
be
he
in good
found this.
hands, yes.
She's trying to figure out that's her hands or not.
I'm gonna go get Oliver. Wait one moment. And I'll gently start trekking outside to find Oliver.
I was trying to think if I would have gone home, but I'll just be like at the entrance of the church and I'll just come walking back in. I see you heading that way.
I'll soften my face.
Good news? He says sarcastically.
Okay, she'll match that vibe. That's much easier for her. Oh yeah, best of news. Confirmed cult, and they were gonna sacrifice souls and send this place to another area of hell for this god. Lucy joined a cult. So did you, and we've got to figure that out from here. But I know you wouldn't have chose this path. It seems that you're very honorable, and everybody speaks of you honorably that knows you. So, I mean, no ill will or any negativity towards you, and I am sorry for your cousin. And it seems that he was truly of your bloodline because it seems that he was honorable as well in trying to save you all. I just fear that your cousin is also in the cult, and it doesn't look good for her.
No, yeah. If only he had told me and I had listened, I don't know if I would have anyway.
Don't beat yourself up. Sometimes we have to make our own way and figure it out on our own. It's hard, it's difficult, but it shapes us for the future for the better.
It's all I can hope for. And to make sure that no one else gets hurt is all that I can
Well,
take from here. So it tells you how to take people's souls, or I start walking back toward Lucy.
yes, we need to protect this paper or destroy it.
Is that what
Your
I'm
choice.
being asked?
Did you follow or did you stay in there, Lucy? Tito, Board, what are you guys
I think
doing?
I was told to stay in there. I think
So
it was like, stay here, I'll go get him.
What are you
That's
doing,
what I
Tito?
was
Go get him. Yeah.
Yeah, she
That doesn't
did
mean
say
she
I'll go
stayed.
get him, so I
Okay.
assumed we all just waited.
You guys, do you
No,
do you
so
leaf through the
shocked when
papers?
you took-
Do you two leaf through the papers? I don't know. What are you guys doing? I don't want you just leave
Tito
me
doesn't
hanging.
care about the papers.
I'm sorry.
I mean, I would continue to go through them because if anything, I'm thinking I can bring these back to my church for protection or something, so they're not.
Lucy's holding on
Tito
to the
could
curse
potentially use
spell.
them as kindling.
Also true.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, burn this whole place down.
So they come back in Oliver seems to have picked
Mr.
himself up
Mayor?
a little bit.
I need your permission to take Lara into custody.
Is that... Do we know that it was her? Or we know that they were arguing a lot and it still could have been someone else?
I think it could have been someone else, but I think she's such a prime suspect. We need to either go back to her.
If it's not
Also-
her, she might know who
Innocent
did.
until proven guilty in Barkovia.
Oh.
I'm not
So-
Barkovian.
Also,
That
I
was
think
good.
what he overheard was this, and it's a curse to suck souls into the abyss.
Well, that's damning.
Do I know what the
Hmm.
language? Does my spell allow me to know what the language is, or can I just read
That's
it?
a really good question.
Because that could tell us a lot too.
I think it's Reed, but
You understand any written language you see, but you must touch the surface. Takes 1 minute. Doesn't decode secret messages in a text or a glyph, such as arcane sigil.
Hmm.
Isn't part of a written language, but this is a written language, right?
Yeah, it is a written
think
language.
I think I just understand the literal meaning. I think I don't know what language it is. Do I?
Yeah.
Nope.
Could I roll? Because I read so much occult books.
Sure, you can roll.
Arcana or religion?
Religion.
Is there a roll for cold?
I wish I could guide you.
Lucy the
Dude.
cultist.
If
Killing me.
That's funny.
Oh,
Well, Deputy Lucy the cultist, no.
So
You
many
definitely
nicknames.
don't roll like you don't roll like Dimension 20, where you're like, "Can I do this thing that's insane and there's no possible way I know it?" Natural 20. Nope, 10, 11. Nope. No. Never seen it, never heard it, never. You don't. Yeah, no.
What if? Okay, can I be bait? So what if I go to Alara, you wait outside, and I ask her, "What is this?" and see what she does.
Lucy, that's dangerous.
What if
Yeah,
she
I-
then stabs you?
Yeah, I don't think we need to be putting you in danger.
Or we should talk to her about it, or should we go to the vineyard and find his lean-to, see if we have any more evidence there?
What
I
if
don't think
Oliver
that's a
can
bad
find you?
idea. Yeah, I was kind of thinking that myself.
Because he's on the best of terms, and he may be able to talk her down the best.
I can certainly try.
I feel like that's a family matter, and she seems to be comfortable with you. You guys were both understanding of the church where Garrett wasn't, so you having a conversation with her seems to be more helpful. However, I do think that she needs to be watched, and you need to take it seriously, because she might not be the only one. I mean, cults are known for some crazy things. I'm not sure how many you've dealt with,
As you
but
as
Just
you
the
have
one
a
for
spell
me.
to steal someone's soul in your hand. Yeah, you know, it's just a occasional crazy thing.
and they're only as powerful as how many members they have, because it's danger in numbers as well. So seems like this town is fairly fluent in cult at this point.
Lucy still has the thing. I kneel down and hold my hand out. Do you trust me?
We need to make sure. So if she hands it to you, but don't let anyone have it, because I think if anyone can read it, if they know the language, I think if they say it, I think it actually is a spell on it. It's an incantation. I think it actually happens if you say it. I don't know.
I tuck it into my breastplate. So the only way that this is getting away from me is someone takes it off my dead body.
Oh,
Like other than you guys, if you guys want to look at it. And then while still kneeling, I ask Lucy if she will go get Finn, and you haven't met her yet, but
The captain of the
God,
guard.
yeah, Helena
Was it Elena?
Broadshield. Yeah. Can you go get them for me and meet me at Alara's house, please?
I have a deputy job. And I get up and
She shouldn't
I
go
run-
alone.
Yeah, I was
stop
gonna
after
say if
us.
you all want to meet us there,
I have a question
I'll
though.
head that way.
I don't mean to intrude, but I think we need to know this. What are the rituals? What are you doing to prepare this place? What were you doing that were rituals?
I would tell them whatever we were doing.
Seems
Because that can
It
what's
seems
the altar being used for?
massively benign. It's just pouring out water and oils and no blood, grain offerings for harvest
So-
and raven. Yeah,
So is
just,
this not
like bird nest is common. You put a bird nest there.
because of raven, because
fill
the
it.
crow, grandmother crow? So am I getting the impression then that it wasn't actually like they're being taught a religion, but instead they're being made to be willing, like getting to be ritualistically, repetitively doing something, so they would just like when as new things were added in, they'd just do it?
The money
Seems-
itself would seem to be the indoctrination in that. The betterness of a town that was not thriving is now sufficient.
Does this sound like is this in this region? Is this normal? Like do we have rituals like that in Barkovia?
How?
Like does Lathander have rituals like that?
Yeah, the ritual, maybe not quite so, for lack of a better word, cultish. But yeah, I mean, Lathander. I mean, obviously, everyone has their rituals that they do at various times. It is very much modeled after a religion, so like. To answer your question, yeah, other religions do similar-ish things. On the surface,
But
the
this-
things they're doing is so benign that you're like, no wonder no one thought it was weird. Like when you're in the middle of it, they come in, they give you a bunch of money, and then they like all you have to do. Look, this is all you have to do. Yay! We love all mommy. Right?
So it's something
You
about
shorten it to Alma.
So this. So then this. What? So this altar and stuff like this was being. It's like it's preparation for the dark ritual of taking souls, and they had to make it and have it there for when they come back to do it. And it's the bread being fattened. Do you eat the grains when you? There's like a communion ritual where you do the harvest kind of sacrifice, and then do you eat the bread?
No.
You get the.
I
Okay.
mean,
The money's the fattening up the sheep.
Seemingly.
Or the willingness of the soul to do what they ask could also be the fattening.
Not that your people are sheeple. I didn't mean that.
No, but the cultists mean that.
Yes.
We don't. They do.
I'll go get Finn now.
all right, you beautiful humans. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for hanging out. I didn't think this would be a 3-gamer, but I should have figured because you guys move slow as snails. This game was a lot faster than the last one, though. You did great. I'm proud of each and every one of you. Oh, my goodness. You wanted a backstory, Oliver. Buckle up, because it's going to get worse.
Great.
Here's your heart and your blink, and we'll see you all next time. Bye-bye. Woo.